everyone, and welcome to 4 Top 3s. I'm Fee.
I'm Aethor.
I'm Kassir.
I'm Neo.
Yay!
And huzzah! We're here. Welcome to another wonderful episode of 4 Top 3s. Woo-hoo. It is entirely Aethor's fault, this one.
I don't... Why are episodes our faults? I feel like we should start celebrating our choices.
Because I feel like some of the terms that you use, apart from one, can be very, very... We may have arguments about what some of these words might mean and what the definitions of like how far these things can go is.
No, I think I picked a fine one.
I mean, yeah, it is fun to bring out like the weird things and anyway, it's your topic, so what is it?
It's top niche internet celebrities. Now, I'm making the definition of niche internet celebrities very broad. It is like smaller than Mr. Beast and Will Smith. Like, let's just go below there and we're friends. Like,
That's literally any YouTuber, isn't it?
Basically, like I when I say niche internet celebrity, like I've been on the internet my entire life. It is genuinely just like you can have millions of subscribers and millions of views of your videos, but you may be so insular that nobody outside your niche knows you. Like there's like people that like do makeup, literally just makeup. They don't even do the ghost story or the murder tales or whatever, and they just have millions of views. And it's just like I didn't even know this existed until like 5 or 6 years ago when there was like a massive drama because somebody was a rapist in that sphere. So like, yeah. So to me, a niche internet celebrity, they can have millions of views, millions of subscribers because most of us are not going to know them.
So I decided to take like niche internet celebrity, like niche as in like, you know, they're not Mr. Beast, they're not Will Smith, right? They're not the guy who goes on like BBC One and does like shows like that. They're not on Broadway, whatever. Yeah. So I decided to go for niche, just niches. Weird niches on the internet. So it's not just like, hey, like, because I listen to a lot of music. I watch a lot of like random like ghost hunting shit, my guilty pleasures. But I wouldn't consider those niche interests. So I went for niche interests and celebrities therein because I was like, otherwise I'm just going to come up with 3 musicians.
You didn't do your top 3 internet celebrities. You did your top 3 niches that have internet celebrities.
Yes, I did. So I was like, otherwise, it's just going to be 3 musicians, and that's really boring for me to talk about. I really like that song, and I like that song. I thought it was really boring, so I decided to go for something different.
So there will be an a cappella choice.
No, they won't.
You're not
interestingly, not even on my not even on my honorable mentions actually. So
what? You love your a cappella guys.
I do. But I decided they're not on there. All right, enough me being almost wrangled into being the first. Aethor, this is your topic.
All right. My first one is he's a little bit weird, but I genuinely think I mentioned him on like the last episode or the episode before that. It's a YouTuber by the name of Modular. He makes hour-long video retrospective on the Kingsfield series and on some JRPGs like Xenoblade and stuff like that. And he's just going through it. He's trying to digest the story, trying to break it down and try to understand it. And I just absolutely adore it. So he is genuinely, he's like, I have listened to him, all of his videos probably like 2 or 3 times while I'm working, just because I enjoy hearing him talk about the subjects in the background. And I just absolutely autistically love this guy.
So is it say Kingsfield?
Yeah, Kingsfield. So the Dark Souls guys from Software, before they made Dark Souls 1, they made a bunch of series of games, and one of those games was Kingsfield. And they play they're like genuinely, from my point of view, they're terrible first person like hack and slash DOS games. Like they look unplayable. Like I don't know how people play them, but they look very interesting, and the stories are, if you've ever deep dived into the lore of like Dark Souls, from Kingsfield has that kind of wacky, weird, over the top story that like feels really, really well fleshed out, but at the same time very unfocused in a weird way.
I just googled it. It looks like Doom, but with medieval knights and stuff, and gargoyles and giants and trees.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
skeletons?
So he did a series on Kingsfield, but of course there's a limited amount of Kingsfield, so he had to move on from that. And recently he's been doing the original Ultima series, which are like huge RPGs from like Western culture in like early 90s, I want to say. And like he seems to be able to pivot from game to game, and I'm just like, yep, give me more, please. I love this. I love his weird deep dives. I love the way he like talks about a lot of the characters, and I love his weird little humor that he has in the thing. He's got like a way with words, and I really do enjoy that. But he's he's not a specifically weird one. If you do enjoy like really long content, then I like highly recommend this guy.
So does he do an analysis about the story, or does he just talk about the game mechanics and stuff like that?
He does a really interesting thing that's kind of popular recently, where he does a deep dive into the creation of the game before he gets into the story, and then he goes through the entire story, and then he does a wrap up of what like happened with the I'm so sorry. What happened with the studio afterwards, or like
quick spam Aethor.
like yes, like where the story goes from there, and like stuff like that. But he also does like he does his best to like try to how do I say this? He does his best to elevate stories that are very inaccessible nowadays and kind of bring them to modern like accessibility. He never down talks the games. He almost never says something is shit. He's very positive, and it makes it really fun to listen to him because he's trying so hard to like deliver a story that he had to wrangle from this game because the games are just so like old and creaky and stuff. And he's just like, oh yeah, and then you have this place where you have to put the pink crystal into the pink portal, and then that unlocks a door that you were never told about in this area, and behind that you meet this very interesting character. He's trying his goddamn best to like not be pissed off at the esoteric nature of old video games.
Going with the flow.
Yes. I think there's only one game that's like properly broken him. Do you guys know about Tac Wars?
It sounds familiar.
It's a series of books
is that the
written
Shatner
by
one?
William Shatner. Yes.
Yes, then you've made me watch this, yes.
So he did an entire series where he went over the William Shatner books, Tac War, the William Shatner TV series, Tac Wars, and the William Shatner video game, Tac War. And the William Shatner video game, Tac War, was the only time I've ever heard him go like, this is bad. This is bad. It was like the final level of the game genuinely looked like a glitch. Like the screen was just flashing colors, and you couldn't see like walls and hallways, and monsters were just like flashing symbols. It was just like, this is terrible. I'm pretty sure this gave me a migraine. I had to play this level. It's only an hour long, but I had to play 4 breaks. Like, I genuinely just felt nauseous playing it. It's the one time he's gotten real fucking negative.
The game is only an hour long?
No, just the final level.
Oh, okay.
And like I think probably his like Tac Wars video is probably his most accessible because like everybody knows who William Shatner is, and he goes through like very well through like William Shatner's history as an actor, into like his weird like dive into being a novelist, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then like the weird way the novels became TV series, but so late that William Shatner was too old and fat to actually be the main character. So he got to star as like a co-character in his own show. It's like, it's very fun. I'll send V the link to the William Shatner episode, and I'll ask.
Yeah, it's really good. I remember you had this playing while we were playing Valheim.
Yeah.
I remember I was building our wizard tower and you had this playing in the background. This is how I remember about the whole tech wars and it all being about Shatner. And yeah, like he has like a really good way of like informing. Like, say, yeah, he does like the kind of like, hey, here's the history of this, and you learn and it's fun. And he has like a really like good cadence to his voice. Like, I liked it.
And he's very Canadian.
A boot?
He doesn't aboot a lot, but like he'll make a lot of weird references, and you're just like, that has to be Canadian.
I'm not Canadian enough for this joke.
I guess I appreciate people who do like deep dives into old
Media.
games that aren't accessible anymore. Like, I don't know that person, but I do remember a couple months ago or so, I heard of a very old technology that was made for, I think, a Game Boy Advanced or something, that like had to do with a cartridge receiving light, and then you had to play a game where you needed to be outside, and like no one has that the tech for that anymore, or the cartridge. So obviously no one's gonna know how the fuck that's supposed to be played anymore. Like there's no way to experience that. So there's people just bringing that stuff like that back, or like old games that aren't really playable anymore because they were on floppy disk or whatever.
Yeah, it's he is in a weird way like wrangling stories out of like media that has become quite inaccessible. And by the way, you can easily get Kingsfield and play Kingsfield, but playing Kingsfield requires a very dedicated mind. It is like I can sit down and play Doom 1 and 2 like still today. Like, those games are very accessible. You press W, you press the mouse button, and things die. It's super easy, but like Kingsfield, it is very much like, what the fuck am I doing? Where am I going? Why does this work like this? And why am I playing at 10 frames per second? What the fuck?
Well, it's all kind of like we watch, or you watch, and I osmosis watch some of these too. A lot of like the old, a lot of the video game reviewers who do like mostly old stuff, and it is this is so old you have to emulate through and emulate, and then you have to change something in a code somewhere to get it even partially running on like Windows 10. It can't do 11. You just like. These guys are doing good work, and I think like definitely diving into the history of games that we just can't play. Normal humans can't play this. I think it's good that we're kind of digging up the past a bit and seeing what's there.
Yeah.
Preserve the old stuff. Archive it.
Yes, please archive it in a viewable fucking format, please. Like in the Kingsfield games, there's like an entire story where like there's a dragon and an elf that have been feuding for like centuries, and there's like a very weird story about a maze and like crystals and like how the elves were moving their like memories between themselves to keep up the feud. And it's just like, that's a great fucking story. More people need to hear this like super weird fucking story where like elves were not immortal enough to keep up a feud with a dragon. That's genuinely so good.
Not immortal enough.
The dragon was outlasting them, and they were not okay with that.
So at some point, they just became petty.
All right, cool. All right, I'll go next since we're going in the circle. So again, weird little niche things is what I decided to go for instead of celebrities generally. So it was quite a while ago now, and I randomly just occasionally let stuff play on YouTube because I'm busy doing something else, and like things come on or whatever. And randomly one day I came across a video very late at night. It was around the time I was watching a lot of carpet cleaning videos. And this strange voice came across, and it was a Scottish guy, and he was talking about cows. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I clicked on it, and I am very much now someone who very much follows this channel. It's called the Hoof GP, and it is about a guy who lives in Scotland, like fairly remote parts of Scotland, and what he does is he trims cow hooves. And that's what he does for a living. Yeah. He goes there, he checks they don't have stones in them, he notes that they're not cracks. I now know what a white line is on a cow, like all these sorts of things. He has a very funny way of presenting himself. He's like his older videos are a little bit more like tutorials on like, this is how like you trim the cow's hoof, and now it's come a little bit more just like a little bit less instructional, a little bit more like edu entertainment kind of levels, where he's just like going through, he's showing you all the different things he does. He mucks around with his brothers-in-law. His brothers-in-law work for him. One of them is also a hoof trimmer, and one of them is the videographer. So he's hired his brothers-in-law so that he can keep this, like, firstly keep the business going so he can do more cows and more hooves. And the other one is to keep up the internet part of the business, so where he can make a little bit more income by making these videos like once a day on his secondary channel, which are like a really short and usually quite unedited, and I can't watch those. But his edited stuff, which is on the main channel, is like once every week or twice a week. And they're just really good. And you get to learn like the different cows that sometimes you have to come back to a few times because they have problems, and then he like follows them through and you can see them actually getting better. And it's just really cool, and I really like it. And he has a really nice way about him. He's just a normal, average bloke just getting on with his job. He's had a bit of a history. He's trying to write books, talking about stuff. He has like a new book out now, which is 3 months' time when this episode gets released, which is all just like about positive affirmation and doing good stuff with your life. It's really good. I like him.
And the channel is not called Money Cow.
No, it's called Hoof GP because his name is Graham Parker. So in the UK, to be a GP is a general practitioner, which is a doctor, and he is kind of a hoof doctor. So like that's the joke.
So I've watched a lot of these videos, and I get a very voyeuristic feeling from watching these videos. I
Is it like food fetishes, but for cows?
So no, not fetish. So how do I phrase this? Have you ever watched a video of like a surgery or something like that?
No, I don't watch that. I don't want to watch that.
No, but it was like at one point I was wondering what a tonsil removal looked like, and so I watched a video of a tonsil removal, and afterwards I was like, I feel like I shouldn't have been allowed to see that. Like,
that felt intrusive somehow.
Yes, and
I felt my mind was violated that day.
I should have had to put in like my name and my age and my date of birth. And I should have been given 3 days to think about my decisions before I was allowed to view it. I get a very similar feeling with the Hoof GP because he is often treating cows that are very hurt. And there's like a weird feeling of like you come to him to watch animals in pain. There's like that's not what you're doing. You're going there because he is entertaining and he's helping the animals. But what you're doing is you're going to a channel to watch animals in pain. It's a weird little thing that I like. I get like a weird feeling when I watch him.
One of the things that you could go to watch the channel.
You could say the same thing about the pet grooming videos, though, right?
Yeah.
The lady who does the pet grooming that I know that y'all watch. We
used to watch that, do we?
The hair dryer is very scary, Aethor. That is layers of distress as well.
You're not wrong.
I think I get what you mean because I do make animal videos, and like when I'm doing like stuff like one of my bunnies has arthritis, so I put little socks on her so she doesn't sit on her own filth all the time, and then every day I cut off the socks and then I put on new ones, and I filmed myself doing that once, and I actually had to put a disclaimer that I'm actually trying to help this fucking animal because there were so many people in the comments that were like, "Oh my god, you're not supposed to hold a bunny like that." I'm like,
would you prefer I didn't help the bunny that I've decided to take care of?
So I feel like I know what your mental state is in that moment, like watching an animal be in a very uncomfortable position and someone actually filming that for clout.
If you look at it in the most negative way, it becomes a very gross thing. But like, I don't think that he is doing it for a negative reason. Like V said, originally his videos were tutorials. He was like, they were much more educational. Right now, they're much more like, I don't know, ASMR.
Yeah, it is a little bit more cow hoof trimming ASMR with a Scottish guy. 3 Scottish guys, I guess. One of them, the videographer, has such a strong Scottish accent that even the Scottish guy puts subtitles down for everyone else. It's so thick.
When you said Scottish ASMR, I was like, but Scottish are fucking loud, aren't they? ASMR is supposed to be the opposite of that.
I check out some of his videos, maybe one of his more recent videos, because he'll have like a section where he's in person talking and doing things. But then he'll do voiceover, and that's where I'm like, this is like ASMR, where he softens his voice and he does this voiceover voice. That's Scottish
and
ASMR.
That usually is when he's using the grinder, or like when he's doing something. He isn't really explaining much because like he's already explained the problem. Like, yeah, the problem here is that, you know, the cow stood on a nail. I've now extracted the nail. Now I just need to make it smooth, put the block on, walk away. Like, he's explained the problem. He doesn't need to do any more. And there's just like, and that's just like, he just puts a nice, slightly softer voice over the top of that.
Now
he does have to repeatedly say, like, hey, what we're doing is helping the animals. Like, we can't let them just continue going out there because they don't have anything that grinds down their hooves. Like, that's why we have to do these. And if we don't, the animal gets really sick and unwell and you get problems like these. And he has to do that almost every goddamn video. It's just like, he shouldn't have to do that. You're here to learn about hoof trimming. You must know that animal care is actually something you have to do. And much like human care, you don't really want to do it. And sometimes it's sometimes it's a little painful or uncomfortable, but you still have to do it. And animals have to have the same thing.
My favorite was when I think his brother bought a farm or was like making a farm, and he was going back and back to his his brother's place, and he had to like in the voiceover go like, now me coming back here to deal with the cow doesn't mean that he's been mistreating them. These are normal things. Like, he had to like kind of defend his brother because he was going back again and again and was always having problem cows. It's just like, no, cows just get sick. Like, this is just the situation.
Yeah, like, especially if you have like a herd of like 200 or 300 cows.
Yeah.
Like, bound to be one of them is going to get sick or have a foot issue over like 6 weeks. Like, of course there's going to be. Like, God damn it, guys.
Are there ever like fan favorite cows that make reappearances?
Yeah, I think it's cow 515.
Really?
It's like a little Jersey cow. Yeah, well, they don't. They're farm animals. They're herd animals. They're meant for milking, and yeah, most of the ones he does are dairy cows, so mostly for milking. So like they don't have names. There's like 500 of the bastards. And also they're not pets, they're like working animals. But yeah, they're often not referred to as like by a particular number. So just like, this is cow, and it's usually based on the number that the cow is given, so that the British authorities who are tracking the various cows in the various places know what cow is where.
Yeah.
And if it has any problems. So, for example, if they get foot and mouth, they have to be able to track that. Yeah. So they have to just give it really easy to find like numbers. So, like, yeah, most of them just get a tag in the ear with like a number on it, and that's what you refer to the cow as.
Didn't they bring that up in the TV show Clarkson's Farm, where he had to register his cows, and he was put on like a phone line thingy that started arguing with him?
Yep. Farming is very paper heavy.
It's more bureaucratic than farming at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because, I mean, they are doing these things like tracking, like how much of this you're supposed to be growing, what kind of subsidies you get for the government, because most of it comes down to that, right? Most of the farming industry is based on subsidies. Like, you get paid to grow cow, you get paid to grow corn, you get paid to not grow anything in your field, because you need to, like, put nutrients back into your field, and the government feels that that's better, so they pay you to do that. So, like, it has to be paperwork based because you have to claim all this money back, and it's kind of shitty, but welcome to Britain.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
No, like, aside from my voyeurism comment earlier, the reason I don't actually watch Hoof GP casually was because I got real frustrated that I couldn't find follow-up videos for certain cows. That's my weirdness. He'll do like a cow, and I'm like, oh, like this video was like 6 months ago. I wonder how that
follow-up video. Here's a picture of some steaks. Unrelated.
No, they're dairy cows. They don't often get turned into steaks.
Here's a glass of milk.
Like.
It looks better than this glass of milk from 6 months ago.
No. So like that's the thing like that frustrated me watching it was like he'd have like a cow and I was like, oh, I want to be able to view more of this cow. I hope it got better. But all his videos are named like this cow could have died. Never seen this in a hoof before.
Clickbait.
They're all very clickbaity, so you can't follow. It's not named Cow 501 follow-up. It's not named whatever. So it's
yeah. And mostly that stuff is like hidden in the description, like below the read more button, because that's where everything is hidden.
That's what I always feel like people when people make content about animals, then I feel like, especially because they cater to a certain demographic of people who are like animal fans, or at least their algorithm is like animal trained. Then those people are usually people who think of animals as like little personalities, and they want to see more of like if they watch I don't know how long those videos are, 20-minute video of like how you trim that one cow's hoofs, and that cow specifically has some kind of problem, then of course you want to know if like that hoof treatment actually managed to help that cow live a better life in the end. Like, what the fuck are you doing this for? Like, you could be selling us the worst hoof treatment, and like in the end the cow is worse off than before. We would never fucking know because you don't need follow-up videos. That would be a very questionable channel, in my opinion. Like,
I think he does. I think he does follow-ups. They're just not named follow-ups. So, like, if you watch him consistently over months, you will see, like we said, like cow 501 or whatever. Like, you will see the same cow. But because I'm a weirdo, I was like, no, I'm not waiting 3 months. I'm going backwards in time, and I'm gonna go find cows. I'm gonna find cow storylines.
Yeah.
And that is often something that comes up most in the comments. Is like, hey, what happened to this cow from this video? And it's just like, he usually leaves something between like, is it like 6 weeks to like 6 or 7 months, depending on like where the cow is and how the cow, like what is under the cow's hooves. So if it's on concrete or if it's on grass, like you'll trim them at different amounts of time. So it's just like, I guess for him, he also does so many motherfucking cows. He's just like, I don't remember what fucking video this was.
He's got an entire database so he can like be like reminded what he's done to what cow. Like it's
yeah.
It's
genuinely fascinating because like if you watch like enough of the videos, you do learn so much about cow hoof trimming. Of just like, here's like, this is how the machines work, this is how you record the data. Much like if you look at any like dental records, you can see like these different teeth have like these different markings on it, like when you're looking at paperwork wise. They do the same for cow hooves. It's fucking wild. Just like all these sorts of things. It's genuinely fascinating. He has a really good manner about him. The fact that he hires his brothers, which his brothers-in-law, so that, you know, the tradition keeps going. I think it's just really good. And yeah, like if you hang out on the channel enough, you get to see repeat cows, which is really cool. But yeah, there are clickbait titles like, what's he gonna do? Yeah.
We want the full cow manicure storyline.
I need to know.
Linear order.
I have a feeling that there are some playlists on there, but I don't check out the channel more than the video's here, and I'll just watch. Like,
oh, my slop is here.
Yes, give me my cow slop.
Do they ever announce a video and then you're just hanging out in the before it gets released in the channel?
No, but because of obviously the nature of what he does, and obviously, you know, like some cows are in a really bad condition, YouTube will just suddenly and randomly on videos that aren't even like particularly gory at all or have any sort of like, you know, it's just shit. It's literally just shit that you're looking at.
So you have to watch them fast before YouTube takes them down.
Yeah, like YouTube won't even let him upload them. Like they're just like, oh, this is content flagged, and it's just because there's crap on the cow's hoof. It's a fucking cow, man. Like some videos he randomly just can't even put up because YouTube has decided he can't put them up. And on those occasions, he'll always put like a community post of like, I can't even get the video up anymore today, guys. I'll just have to put one up tomorrow, and it'll be slightly different. So yeah, he tries to do at least weekly on the main channel, and I don't wait for them. I just notice when they're not there.
I was shocked to see how rich he was when he did one of those like behind the scene videos. He did like a video where he was like showing his morning routine, and I was just like, his house is huge. He has like his wife was just
you
like
have to fit a whole cow in there.
No, he goes to the cow. The cow does not come to him. And then he like
it's
goes
the great
outside.
migration of the Scottish cows up to his house. Goes through its little like little machine where it holds them in place and then like spits them out again.
It's just a drive-through, but for cows.
No, he had this like huge house, and then he goes outside and he's got like 3 hoof GPT cars, all super green and fancy. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, and over there, that's our gym. We try to be diligent in the gym because it's hard work." And I was just like, "Motherfucker! Like Jesus Christ, there's a lot of money in that. You have your own fucking gym."
Isn't that like wait? Go back to the cow car wash.
You can't just lift a whole cow. That's the same thing.
Is the cow car wash? Isn't that legit how they do it, or is that with like smaller like sheep and stuff? Because like they make a loop that they run in a circle, and then in one of the areas there's like a ditch of water that they are forced to like swim through.
That's not part of hoof GPT.
No.
Is that cows?
No idea.
I think it's cows.
Isn't it horses?
But they also seem so big to like. I don't. Is it? No.
I think
sheep.
they just hose the cows down. You might be thinking because cows are often shown rubbing themselves on like brushes. Like
I don't know. I don't know.
Now
I don't know anything
you
about.
said horses. Now I can all I can think about is a horse car wash. Now, just like here's the big bath, and they make the horses go through it, and at the end they shake themselves off, and that's like the blow dry exercise.
I only know the horses one where you do like aqua training with the horses if they're like too fat and need to lose weight. But I don't think that's what you're talking about.
No.
I googled it, and I'm just seeing a dude with a hose and a cow. That's all I'm seeing.
I don't even know what you would call it. I've seen it before. I think it was in like a movie clip or something. But like, I don't know if that's real or if it was just in a weird fucking movie clip I saw on YouTube Shorts. I have no idea. I remember seeing something like that though, and I just am struggling to picture a cow doing it because cows are so big and I want to think it was cows, but at the same time I'm trying to remember if it was not, because it would make more sense if it was not. I don't know.
Cows are not as energetic as horses, but they are like shockingly energetic. Yeah.
They are. Yeah. They can be like little puppies. They can jump around.
Yeah. Like
if you give them the chance to be a cow.
Yeah. Like if you put a horse next to a cow, the cow's gonna lose. But like cows are way more energetic than you expect by the size.
Yeah, that's my one of my niche picks is the hoof GP. I also thought I should maybe get at least one British person in on my list. So
he's Scottish.
I mean, he's Scottish, but like I'll take what I can be given right now. All right, Kesir, what do we got?
So as I suggested in our team meeting at some point, I wanted to follow through with a thing that Neil started last week, which is taking a category of things for and Neil like, yes, I did it. So my category of niche internet celebrities that I brought is like I couldn't really decide on which one to pick, because they all fall into a very similar category, and it's usually Asian migrants in different countries doing short content, like reels, or like sometimes they do long form content as well. But I also have like one who isn't an Asian immigrant, but it's like a British immigrant actually who came to Germany. So I guess it's immigrants doing videos from the country that they moved to about the cultural differences. So my examples are Uyen Nim, who is a Vietnamese person living in Germany, Jeannie Weenie, who is a Korean person, and I'm not entirely sure where she lives, but I think it's America, or maybe it's Canada. I don't know. And Liana Kea, who is like originally Cantonese, I think first generation immigrant child. And
I think I've seen her on Facebook a lot.
Yeah. They make a lot of shorts. Like Liana Kea makes content that's like she plays almost all the roles as herself and her mother, and like
or
she's
her auntie.
Yeah, Auntie Kia, who's like extremely aggressive, and like she's just the embodiment of the Asian mother.
Yeah,
who will beat you up with a slipper.
Good. My favorite one, the first time I saw her, was Auntie tells you how to tell your parents that you're bisexual. It's so good.
Yeah, I just love that genre of content. Like, I don't know what it is, if it's the migrant or if I just enjoy those people's particular humor, but they fall into a similar category. And I forgot to mention the British guy who migrated to Germany. His name is Liam Carpenter, and he makes very German content. Like I probably have seen some of his content around. Like he plays himself as the British guy and as a very poker face German guy, like no humor, nothing.
Oh, is he the one who made the help me move my refrigerator skit thing?
I don't know. He makes a lot of skits. He might have made that one.
Yeah, there's one. It's just it's a little skit where like dude's like, hey, I need help moving my refrigerator. Oh yeah, we shall do it now. What? Yeah, I'm coming over right now. What? And then like he's like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'll whatever. Then just a knock on the door. The guy shows up with like the lifting belt and everything. And like, you got your Jachenhaverakten? Yeah, we're gonna be moving this refrigerator now. Like,
look, the German in your skit had too much energy. They can't be the same person.
I think the German in his skit was too Indian. What the fuck?
I have like traveling channels that like kind of feel kind of like this, but aren't this. I don't know what. I don't think I have anything like this. I guess traveling is
a little bit different to immigration.
Yeah, but like the people that I'm referring to, like they travel like so often and stay in places like, you know, that the world is their home or whatever, like, right? So like, I don't know what the name of this person is, but it's a British dude colonizing. I mean, that was a joke. No, he goes to, he went to North Korea for one of the videos that he did. He goes to China. Yeah. They always like ask American. He's like, no, British. And then they give him a spoon of Marmite and he doesn't throw up. So they let him go.
They do the ultimate test on him.
Those videos are very great though. I do like them a lot. The traveling, like backpacking across countries. And seeing people living in their countries. That's so cool to me. It seems like a similar vibe and reason to watch, right? Yeah. But like a different kind of theme, I guess.
One of the people I listed, Jeannie Weenie, is actually a stewardess. Oh no, what is it called? A flight attendant. And she is half Korean and she is half American, I guess. So like she does a lot of skits that are from the perspective of a flight attendant, and like they're very much like like, oh no, I'm so sorry you had to experience that.
Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah, I do not envy flight attendants. That is a nightmare job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been obviously my YouTube and my Facebook feeds have obviously detected that I have moved country. So I also get like suggested the migrants living in another country doing the cultural differences thing, and some of them are like genuinely really good or really interesting. And there is the ones that tend to do well are the ones that have that kind of sense of humor to it. The ones that are really factual, like, you say this in America and you say this in the UK. Those are so boring, but you have to have some humor in them, and they always just like they totally make it worth it.
The thing about those, they are not. It's not just that they don't have humor, but very often they are talking from the perspective of the part of the country that they move to, and like there's often a thing that I see like there are a lot of YouTube videos of Americans moving to Germany, and they're like, oh, you won't believe these things that Germans do over here, and then they list a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I've literally never seen that. What country of what part of Germany did you move to?
I have that whenever I see like a certain someone has moved to the UK, right? And it's like, and this is how you say it in England. I'm like, no, that's how you say it in London. That's not how you say it up north or how you say it where I come from. Like, this is totally wrong. This is not how you do this.
Yeah.
I think I don't get these videos because America is brainwashing me to think that I live in the greatest place on earth, so it just doesn't show me happy immigrants. I left America and I'm happy. YouTube's like, no.
You aren't allowed to see this content. Don't let him leave. Neil, leave. It's much better literally everywhere
Neil,
else.
leave.
We have something called choices.
I'll buy a house so you can live you get your own room and stuff. I don't know.
I'll wait for someone to die in your village.
Yep. I just do a friendly occupation of my neighborhood.
One elderly villager at a time.
This village will be mine.
And I can tell you, Neil, learning German is a lot easier than learning Icelandic. Holy shit.
I thought you were going to say than learning British.
Couldn't imagine either. I couldn't imagine learning British even.
You'll never believe what they call their cigarettes. I've seen a couple of those like tourist and immigrant in Iceland videos, and I don't know, 90% of the time I get annoyed by them. But like,
Yeah.
I like it
there
might
are
just be-
ones that, like, if they're skits, I think they're funny. But if it's like they're trying to convince others that their experiences is like the truth of the entire nation, then I'm like, I do get annoyed too. I'm like, no.
Yeah. I
Like-
might have just been seeing the wrong people.
I had this one pop up on my Facebook, which is a American woman moves to Iceland to be with her boyfriend. And she's doing the makeup tutorial as she's telling people about the fact that Iceland only ever really uses Facebook, which actually just is true. Like, it's Facebook or death. Like, that's how you communicate with people. But it was just like the way that she was just explaining it whilst doing her makeup in the bathroom. It's just like, you have to stop, please. Everything you're wearing is too. You need more layers. If you're living in Iceland, convince me, wear more layers. So it was a bit like that. I got really annoyed at hers.
It might also, yeah. Like, I've also seen Icelanders do like little TikTok-esque skits, like back when it wasn't TikTok, back when it was like just YouTube shorts and whatnot. And,
It was Vine.
Vine, right, yeah. And I do remember, like, every time I saw those, I felt that they were, like, a little bit cringy. But that is, like, I don't know. I find Icelanders to be quite cringy. Like...
My favourite skit is the one where they're talking to the rest of the world about daylight savings. And the skit is save your hours because we don't have any.
Yeah. Okay, that one's okay. That one's okay. I do know the one you're talking about.
I need to dig that one up because that genuinely made me laugh really hard.
There have been quite a few YouTubers that have, American YouTubers who basically go around just being degenerate and like getting basically banned from every country they travel to. And it's crazy to see that behavior because, like, if I go to the store in my town, I'm like, like, people are judging me. I'm out of my house. Like, you know what I mean? When I go to other countries, that feeling is multiplied. Like, I could not imagine going to, like, anywhere and being disrespectful intentionally and being arrogant. And yeah, like, what was that dude's name? Johnny Somali?
Yeah,
Yep.
the one
Am I
who's
getting
in
that
South
right?
Korea in jail now or something.
There's a few, yeah. There's a few different people who've gone and done similar things, but yeah, it's a mess. And God, I couldn't imagine. Holy shit! How? That's crazy.
There's also this other YouTuber. His name is James Bray. He's American, and I think he lived for a while in Germany and is now living in Korea. And like, he does a lot of videos where he's like compiling the dumb shit that Americans do and say about Europe, like Americanizing everything, or like defaultism, where everything on the internet is like, you say something is something from the perspective of someone outside of America, and everyone's like, "Oh, you don't say that in America. Like, you can." I don't know.
We don't
Like
do that in America.
Yeah, then they're not saying, "Oh, we don't do that in America," but they believe that the comment was made by someone from America, even though, for example, on Reddit, their IP says they're from the UK or whatever. And they just automatically default to, "Oh, this must be an American because it was said on the internet."
Yeah.
And it's very cringy, the stuff that he collects.
That is a very outrageous thing, and I've come across it a lot on the internet, especially like the very few times I express myself on the internet. I will almost always have a single comment that goes like, "Oh my god, you must be from like New York to say shit like that," and I'm just like, "Motherfucker, I'm from." Shut up. I don't know.
It is hilarious. The default position of anyone on the internet is if you speak English, even if it's really shit English, is that you are American. It's like, no. And
well,
then,
the thing is, shit English is probably their brand, so
yeah,
they're like they like what's it called? Like recognize like or something like that.
Game recognizes game.
There you go.
Okay, back on topic. Genuine question, Kazit. Why do you think you enjoy those, like that specific type of YouTuber? Is it just the humor, or are you enjoying like their perspective on your culture, on the cultures they're going to? Like, because you mentioned,
I thought it might be the it's your culture or the culture that you're from. Like, there's definitely a factor of that, but like I also enjoy like people whose perspective I can't really what's it called? Identify with. Like, I couldn't identify with a Brit moving to Germany. I don't know what it's like to come to Germany and be like experiencing everything like a newborn. That's just, I mean, German culture, I guess, is the part that I'm probably identifying with. I just like, I have this weird thing where I like the outsider's perspective coming into like a group of people and then making fun of the experiences that they have without like malice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Counterbalance. It's out now.
Nice.
That's the most beautiful plug we've ever had. Well played, Coital.
And you're right, by the time this comes out, we should have started. Hey.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I think this episode will be out on Patreon when it comes out.
Iguatfo.
Iguatfo.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I weirdly, like I said, like whenever I see like tourist in Iceland, like explaining like how they experienced Iceland, like I always get that like fuck off. I like
they're not doing skits.
It's just the hatred of being judged. Like this person, this person and how they perceive my grocery store.
It genuinely might be just that. Like I have been so insulated from judgment my entire life that like when somebody finally actually comes, like I can go on the internet, people are shitting on the French, the British, the Americans, the Czechs, the Turks, they're shitting on everybody. Nobody ever shits on Iceland. So like I guess maybe I'm just like super sensitive that as soon as somebody's like, oh, have you gone to Kronan? Shit sucks. And I'm like, fuck, he's actually there.
They have a coming pig as like one of their like icons.
All Icelanders buy from the shop where the logo is a pig with the crossed eyes doing a hego face. And it's just like, it's not true. We don't all go there.
It's not true. They took away the cum pig face and I'm very upset.
What? No.
Yep, it's now just like post-coital pig.
Smug. That's tricked you into bed. I'm not actually rich, smuggler.
But to get back on topic, I'm gonna mention it in my honorable mentions later. But like, I think as someone who has always been the outsider in like everything growing up, as as a child of an immigrant, I've always been kind of, I don't know. There's always this thing where I empathize with the outsiders a lot more than the insiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah.
Don't come to Iceland. You'll judge us.
Iceland has this really weird thing. You say, please don't judge us. Iceland are one of the most nosy people in the world. Like, they'll drive past something that looks slightly out of the ordinary, just like rubbernecking, just like, I'm going to look. And they have no shame whatsoever. Like, whatsoever. It's incredible.
There's 3,500 of us on the island. If I don't rubberneck, somebody else is gonna, and then they're gonna get the good goss.
And they're going to know before I do. Yeah. It is also just comes from a place of like, I just want to know what's going on. Please tell me what's happening. This is my island. You are my people. This is very funny. All right, Neil, what have you got?
The first thing that came to mind when I thought about who I would choose is someone that came up recently. I haven't seen them in a while. This person's YouTube channel is Dev Limes. DEV space Limes.
What does he do?
She does music, and she does her own music a lot of the time, I think, but like releases all kinds of music. I don't know it. What I know Dev Limes for is the covers, but specifically a gimmicky thing that Dev does that is very fun. She will cover a song from memory, basically, but have the computer on mute. So looking for all the sounds to be used on mute, not being able to hear them, just going on the name from the website of the sound, mixing in instruments and this and that, and just guessing and moving the MIDI notes where they need to be, and just guessing and making small talk and just bullshitting to the camera. And then at the end, she will play it for the first time and hear it for the first time. And it's often awful. And it is a very fun thing. It's a very fun, like, experiment. And you could tell she's talented. It's a talented person creating a train wreck intentionally. It's a very much laugh with them type atmosphere, but it is very fun.
That's the most audio version of an artist trying to paint a picture with, like, making a palette of different colors, mixing it, then putting a grayscale over it, and then painting with those colors from the palette. That's the most music kind of way of doing it.
Yeah.
I found her YouTube channel, and I don't think I know a single one of these songs that
I don't know them
covers
often
for.
either. So they're often pop songs.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
I had that
that
I instantly thought, like, that sounds fun, but I probably have to have heard the song at least once before I can enjoy the train wreck version of the song.
Not necessarily. Not all the time.
I mean, I did see like 300,000 Star Wars parodies before I ever saw Star Wars as a kid. So
Yeah.
there were no surprises in that movie. I knew everything that was going to happen.
Yeah. So all of the I made blank without hearing it, those are what I watch, and those are very fun. I admittedly, again, haven't seen any of the other stuff that she makes, but I like those because they're fun.
Come on! Party Rock Anthem but muted and Numb by Linkin Park but muted are both members only. Come on! I know
Really?
you make money, but
I
come
swear
on!
I've watched those. Hold on.
That's incredible. God damn it.
Yeah, I've watched those.
Well, maybe they're unblocked for you, Mr. American. Why don't you tell me how stupid my grocery store is?
Well, you're trying your best. So what's funny is that's worse than any criticism I can make.
That's right.
So, like, if you click that, like, nothing happens.
Nope, I just get members-only content. Join this channel to get access to member-only content.
Am I a fucking member of some shit?
I've
subscribed, but...
I can see it.
Aethel.
You can see Numb by Linkin Park.
Yeah, I can watch it.
And I'm genuinely taking a screenshot right now to show you. It says members only.
Hang on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can do it through my phone because I, unlike Aethel, am a primey. Nope, I need to go to Discord. I'm very sorry for audio, guys. This is going to be very boring and people watching the video, but we're not cutting this. We have to figure out what this is.
Happy little day today.
It's just you, Aethel. It's
Okay.
literally. I think it's just you.
It might also be that I'm looking at a version of it that they made, because this one is 1 year ago. Numb by Linkin Park. 1 year.
Yeah,
no.
the link that Neil shared, that Kessa shared, I can see. Maybe
I can click the link, but I can't click it off. Wait, no.
I'm playing the video.
Come on, there's things here that you would recognize some of these.
Yeah.
I'm going back in the thing and I'm looking. It's not just Linkin Park. But you do have a mystery on your hands. But the Party Rock by LMFAO, anyone would recognize that.
Rap God by Eminem. So I'm being
Chop
shown
Suey,
every single video
Rap
twice.
God by Eminem.
I'm being showed every video twice, a members version and then a free version.
Oh my God.
I don't know why.
Your
YouTube-
computer is
YouTube
unique.
desperately wants my money. Neil Omar, I think is the good.
I'm not sure if it's YouTube or if it's that creator.
Good luck, babe. Chapeau Brown.
I went to
TikTok by
Iceland once.
Kesha.
Their grocery stores are stupid. Anybody from Iceland has to pay to watch my shit.
Toxic Britney Spears.
That's why I'm allowed to.
Get
Icelandic.
got by
Yeah.
death grips. That's amazing.
So when I look at your screenshot that you sent, it says the video that is members only is only 3 minutes long, and the other one is 13 minutes long. So it
Yeah.
might just be the audio.
Yeah. It might be something stupid like that. It also might just be the audio because maybe there are different copyright rules for members-only content. So, who knows? Alas, I am
For
wrong,
those people
and
who
she
want
is right.
that song on their playlist.
Oh, that's almost probably it. It is you want to make a YouTube music playlist. Because V enjoys a bunch of YouTube music guys, and they all do something annoying at the end of their videos, and it's infuriating.
Oh, you're saying she releases the song without the... Okay.
Without
Yeah,
the
without
yapping.
the how she did it.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's got to be a
Just the music, no foreplay.
horrible playlist.
Don't worry, Neil. You have
It's
to pay to
amazing.
listen to it.
That's amazing.
So, have you tried this challenge, Neil?
God, no.
But I
No.
do want to see you do it off the TLD sound.
There's
the
a
TLD
level
music
of like
theme.
bravery and shamelessness that I admire that I don't have in me.
Oh, blimey. I genuinely love the concept of that, of what she's doing. And I'm going to at least listen to the Numb one when I am not, when I'm able to play the audio and it not be picked up by my microphone.
It's very goofy. It's a very fun time.
Good. All right, Aethel, we're back to you.
Ooh. All right. I am about to blow you guys away by
No,
being
don't.
incredibly boring.
Oh.
So, as somebody who has been on the internet for probably close to 20 years now, actively on the internet, I was hugely into Let's Plays back in the day. I was a relatively poor student, so I couldn't buy all the games I wanted, so I watched a lot of Let's Player play games. And all of them are ashes in the wind. They're dust. They're gone. They're forgotten. I have no memory of them. I go through my YouTube subscription on my old YouTube channel sometimes. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I used to watch all of this. This is fucking terrifying. But there's just one dude who keeps making content, and he makes it in the exact same weird deadpan way that he did back then. And I still watch him because it's comfy to watch somebody who isn't screaming for the camera and overreacting to every single fucking thing on the screen. That's the YouTuber Manly Badass Hero.
Yeah.
He's a Filipino. I think he's an immigrant in America, or he lives in the Philippines, and he'll play any Filipino game that he can find, especially cultural.
Excuse me, Filipino games?
Yeah, like horror games using Filipino culture.
Really? Are there any of them? I
Like
don't
I said,
know
any
of
he
them.
can find, he will play. So
I'm not aware of any of those. I don't think I've ever heard of any.
If I pull up his YouTube, I can probably just look for Filipino in his YouTube, like Manly Badass Hero.
Like I got excited when I saw a very Filipino-based actual play system, or I don't remember if it was a system or a one-shot, but I was like, I have never seen anything like that. Oh my god, representation!
None of it is popping up, but like I remember he was playing like a weird, like clearly like Unreal Engine asset game, but it was like a Filipino game based on some kind of, I think it had something to do with
Vampire?
No,
a body?
Suicide Ghost, if I remember correctly. It was like they were going back to their home to try to put their sister to rest, who had killed herself due to something. But this is like probably 6 years ago, dude. Like I'm very much pulling on threads here. But no, he has this like, he has a weirdly deep voice, kind of Peter-esque, like kind of thing. But he's really calm when he's playing, and he didn't used to overreact. Recently, he started overreacting, and I'm very sad because he doesn't need to. He recently just blew up and went from like having like 10,000 subscribers to like 500,000. Like, you don't need to overreact, dude. Everybody came here for your weird deadpan calm playthrough. You don't need to do this.
Unless he recently got in touch with his emotions because he was so happy that he got an increase of subscribers.
There's a chance that that's you know what, hoofbeats that could have been a zebra. You're right. He mostly does horror games, and I actually found him through he was doing a weird playthrough of the video game Knock Knock, which is made by the same people that made Pathologic, which is just an insane, like, I think it's Russian, but it might just be Slavic, I'm not sure. Like, it's an insane game, and that studio makes insane fucking games. Like, I've tried to play all of them, and they're all so, like, weird. They're so fucking weird. I can't describe them. But, so my number 2 niche YouTuber is Manly Badass Hero, a Let's Player who does mostly horror games.
One of my favorite jokes of his is like, it is the going up to something and it's empty, like my soul. I don't know why. It's just that thing that he does, and he just off the cuff every single time. It's so good.
This trash can is empty, like my soul.
Like my soul. He's
So
good.
there
Like,
you
he's
have
like
it.
a
Now
really...
you know why he suddenly has an increase in emotions. Maybe he found a significant other that he likes. So his soul is no longer empty.
I was more thinking like 500,000 people have pledged their souls to him, and now he has No, he's really good. He's really like, he has like a really calm way of just like going through the game. And he voices anything that usually doesn't have a voice, because most of the games he plays doesn't have voice lines in them. They don't have voice actors in them. So he'll just voice them, and it's almost exactly the same delivery for every character. It's like there is no voice acting whatsoever involved in this guy, and it's really good. And he always does like a little wrap up at the end of like his thoughts and his ideas on the game, whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether it really needs improvement. It's like he's just a really chill, nice guy, and occasionally you'll see him pop up on like other like game reviewers. They will just say like, "Oh yeah, and this guy is great. Go check out Manly Badass Hero," which is always nice to hear and see.
He's shockingly often referenced. Like the amount of times I've just heard other random YouTubers go like, "Oh yeah, and check out Manly's playthrough of X game or Y game," because he's just so chill. He's just so fucking chill. You can just put him on and you don't have to worry about like a fucking screaming fit because a ghost came out of a closet. Like,
yeah, and he plays
no heart rate
much.
monitors.
Yeah,
No.
none of that shit. He doesn't have a face cam. He just uses
Yes.
a little, like, one image at the end when he does, like, his wrap up. It's just one image. It's just like whatever thing he has sitting on a stack of books. It's really good.
Yep.
It's just like incredibly chill. He plays so many games, and he tends to play a lot of like niche horror games that have like barely less than a couple of hundred like plays or whatever it is. It's just nice.
He played everything. As you guys probably have heard of Buckshot Roulette, the video game. Oh, Neil does. Okay. It's a weird game. Manly played through that guy's entire catalog before he released Buckshot Roulette. And he was just like, I love this game. Like, I love this guy. He's got an incredibly cool atmosphere and a feeling to his world. Like, I love this guy. And then Buckshot Roulette like came out and blew up. And I remember when like I saw like random YouTuber like fucking like Pyrocynical playing it. I was like, wait, I know this art style. I recognize, like, this fucking style. It's like, yep, like, Manly will play just, like, anything he can find that he finds interesting. And, yeah, he makes a lot of fucking videos.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot. And he tends to also do a lot of, like, all endings if he can.
Yes.
He'll spend more time doing it, but he's like, I just need to see it. I'll hit save state over here. Yeah. Especially if it's like one of those, like, you kind of just pick choices and go down different trees to get to different endings. He'll just do a save state and he'll go back to where he was and go back to where he was and finish it out. So you see everything. I think he did that. Was it Strawberry Shortcake or whatever the fucking name of the game was?
He's played so many visual novel games, so I don't know which one specifically you're talking about. Strawberry Shortcake.
I don't know. It was a weird game. There was like, it was one of those like visual novels, pick your own adventure kind of thing. And there was a witch involved, and there were strawberries involved, and yeah, that was all I remember about it. It was very cute, though.
I don't remember. No, he's also introduced me to a lot of games that are like sit in my Steam library now as just like highly rated games. I learned about Lisa the Painful through him, which is one of the most influential games I've played in a weird way. He did Off, which is much more known than just him. Like he's done like a lot of really cool shit. So if you're looking for somebody to ramble in a monotone tone while playing a game, and not just rambling, he will not randomly start talking about putting salsa sauce on cookies or whatever. Fucking goddamn, I hate Twitch. I cannot stand Twitch. People playing like a video game on Twitch, they're playing Darkest Dungeon. I'm like, yeah, I'm into this. I want to know more about Darkest Dungeon. Yeah. So, chat, what do you guys put on your Christmas cookies? I'm like, the fuck are you talking? Get back to Darkest Dungeon, you motherfucker. I may have gotten recently very angry trying to watch a Let's Play from a Twitch streamer.
It really depends on the game, I think. Because if you're, it's like, if you're watching a video that requires a lot of attention and they're talking over it, it's the same kind of thing, right? Like if the game is trying to like accomplish a story and you're not paying attention, it's frustrating. But some games are extremely casual. I feel like Minecraft YouTubers don't have to worry about being very like, yeah.
They don't have to focus on the intricacies of the game.
Yeah.
It's Minecraft.
So how long has your that guy already been doing Let's Plays since?
Manly? I'm imagining he's hitting like more than a decade, probably a decade and a half at this point.
I think it was a decade when you introduced him to you introduced him to me. Like I think he was near on a decade at that point. Like
his like when you click on his profile, the video that like is shoved in your face is 11 years old. And like I remember when that video came out, I was like watching his stupid shit back then. So
he's done 3,000 videos.
Yeah. And like usually he does recently he started making shorter and shorter videos because that's just what the algorithm likes and that's what got him like seen. But he used to make just like 2-hour, 3-hour videos. So like out of those like 300 or 3,000 videos, however much you said, like a lot of them are hour long. Like
yeah. He's been on YouTube since the 15th of December 2010.
2010, 15 years. Yeah. I probably found him like a good 2-3 years into his like upload schedule. And like I've just enjoyed his videos always. Like there's so many Let's Players that I've just like left behind because like I don't know, they just didn't do it for me anymore. I'll come back to him randomly. Like, he'll play some weird JRPG, RPG Maker game with like a weird, horrifying story about like pigs eating people alive. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm fucking into this. Yep. That's
You mean Divinity?
4 hours, please.
The only thing having a good time in that Divinity trailer was the pig. I'm convinced.
And the
And
lizards.
the woman riding the dragon.
And the lizard.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Oh, Valerian.
Oh,
I get
You used to have to go to
Home.
obscure places on the internet to see good old lizard sex. Valerian's making it mainstream.
good for them.
You
They do
fucking
one thing
crazy.
in this world, Larian.
Crazy. No, that trailer's crazy though.
Yeah. I will put a link to that trailer, but it is it warns you at the beginning it's for adults only or some shit, and the warning's
I'm
there for
pretty
like
sure
2
at
seconds.
this point the whole world has seen it.
Yeah.
The whole
but if you
gaming world.
haven't, it'll be there for like 2 seconds and then it's into adult content instantly. It's wild. There is like no real warning whatsoever. It's so good though. All right. I'm going to move on to my second pick. So this is hard. I don't know which one to choose exactly. No, fuck it. So I came across this YouTuber about 2 years ago, and he was really, really small, and it was like one of his breakout videos that I watched, and it was an iceberg for horror. I think it was unfiction projects or ARG projects, and it was like an iceberg for doing that. And I clicked on that because I'm like, I am like kind of really into like unfiction and alternate reality games. Like I love those concepts of like trying to sell it as close to truth as you can, to be as real as you can. And I love that kind of stuff. And he did this whole like iceberg of that, and then he did another iceberg around like SCP content and like lost media, and he started doing a lot of iceberg stuff, and then he was like, okay, I need to kind of stop on iceberg stuff because I don't want to be known as the iceberg guy. And then he started doing stuff on horror. And the reason he's in my niche, even though he still does a lot of content on like horror games and like horror stories and like horror art projects that are on YouTube, the reason he's in my niche is because of his Christian content. He's a guy named Wendigoon. He is American. His grandfather was from an indigenous tribe in America, and he just has like the most. If you think of like the ideal Christian who doesn't go to church, who is like tries to be really nice to people and really considerate, he knows so much about like Christian law, and I say law, and the Bible, that he's very easily able to be like, yeah, like a Sunday school teacher, like he would be able to like do all that stuff, and he's like, he knows the Bible back and forth, and his Bible law and his Bible, like his Christian like videos that he drops, he doesn't drop them in the I'm going to preach to you about Christianity. It is as if like a physicist was trying to explain physics to you. And this is how he does a lot of his Christian content. It is making it accessible for people who aren't Christians, who are just interested in like knowing the lore and the stories. And one of the most recent videos he did recently was a 4-hour video on someone who'd recently decided the rapture was going to be September 23rd or the 24th. It was a big thing apparently on TikTok of like the rapture is coming. We're all going to be like taken up and we have to change our ways and sell our cars and stuff. And this 4-hour video was Wendigoon just
when the rapture happens, we'll have to sell our cars. Oh.
You have to sell your cars early. You have to be right with God before the rapture comes, right? And it's just like a 4-hour
God hates
takedown.
my Civic. Fucking hates it. God damn it. He wants me to get rid of that car so bad.
Yep, I have to sell it. I have to get rid of everything before rapture. So it's just a 4-hour video of him taking down this absolutely ridiculous notion that someone can predict when rapture is coming, because you're not supposed to, according to the Bible. You live every day like the rapture is today. Like every day like you're supposed to be a good person because you're supposed to be. And he just does this amazing 4-hour takedown of all the shit this like guy who's like a big pusher and like the one who apparently decided or had figured out out from a message he got directly from God himself that the rapture was going to be on these dates. And he just rips it to shreds. Like rips it to shreds, like according to law, what the Bible says is and isn't true. He rips it apart along the lines of like, no, this is clearly a scam artist. If you see like cult leaders, these are all the behaviors that this guy is explaining, and like rips that down. He rips it down from being a Christian of like, no, you are actually harming Christianity by doing this shit. You're not letting people know the rapture is coming. You're actively harming the religion, which is fucking appalling. And yeah, he just delivers all this like I grew up in a fairly Christian household, so I know some stuff, but his knowledge on it is so in depth, and it comes from a place of like belief and understanding. And the way he delivers it makes all that stuff like really accessible, because I'm fascinated by the stories in the Bible. But I am not going to sit down and read the Bible because like
it's a rough read.
It's inaccessible for someone. It's a bit dated. And I ultimately, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in any of this. So for me, it's an even harder read because I feel like this is bullshit. So like, but I still want to know what's in it. And he has a really good way of explaining that. And he has like a couple of really good videos on it. And they're never like trying to convert you into Christianity. It is more just like here's the lore dump. So yeah, like, although I genuinely really do love like the horror content that he does, considering he goes into really dark, graphic, awful places with the horror content he does, still a devout Christian, which is like the weirdest mix of things in the world. And I really do love his horror content. His Bible stuff is just like, I genuinely love it because I don't feel like I'm being preached to.
Sometimes Bible stuff is horror adjacent.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of interesting like stories and ideas in the Bible, even if you don't believe in it. And obviously, from my opinion at least, almost every religion at its core is don't be a cunt. And I think anyone who spreads that message is like a pretty good thing. I just find it hard to believe in it. I believe in not being a cunt. I just don't believe in like the God part. It's just really interesting to hear someone who is so knowledgeable about the subject who isn't turning up to my door trying to convert me. And I love that content. I love hearing about this. So, yeah.
Also, biblically accurate angels, fucking terrifying.
Yeah. It's like, you don't want to tangle with that.
Yep. And the Old Testament, which was like full of stuff, just God striking down people, like, he displeased me, I'm gonna turn you into a pillar of salt.
Salt? Yeah, I was about to say, piss off God and become salt.
I feel like God was way more hands-on in the Old Testament.
Yeah, like the shit God pulls in the Old Testament costs like sanity damage nowadays, man. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's an idea. Call of Cthulhu, but it's just an Old Testament.
Old Testament
Call of Cthulhu, but the Cthulhu is just God. So it's just Call of God. Oh, we are so going to hell if hell is real.
The Vatican is going to outlaw our podcast.
Yeah, we are going to. I guess that's like the marketing tactic, right? Is like disowned, ostracized by the Pope, like
by Big Daddy
marketing.
I think he does like reviews of video games as well, doesn't he?
Yes, I think he did mouthwashing recently.
Yeah, he did.
And like his review, because he played it and like deep dived into the story, like his review and his take on the story are really good. Like it explains it incredibly well.
That game's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's great. It's fucking awesome. So he pops up from time to time on my feed because I watch video game essay people. But Ventigoon just doesn't do it for me. Just something about his mannerism, something about his presentation just doesn't like pull me in. I'm just kind of left with like I'm going to find somebody else to do basically this. Like,
yeah.
No,
yeah,
no
like
hate.
any niche. Like any niche, it's up to how you take it in. He's also doing at the moment, or I don't know if he's finished it, but he was doing a cryptid tier list. So any cryptids, like a massive list of cryptids of like from all sorts of places. He was just making a tier list, and eventually had to go, if this creature is basically the Mothman, it's getting an F. I can't anymore.
Mothman's so cool, but like, come on.
I have watched so many videos
It's the
with me
coolest,
about
but
Mothman.
it's so
I
overused.
still have no idea what the fuck Mothman is supposed to be, and
Make
it's
another
stupid,
moth.
and I hate you all. I don't know why. Mothman does not click with me. The name is stupid. I heard really loud fluttering, and my electrics went out. Like I'm not scared. You heard an albatross fly by when your car's battery died. I'm not spooked.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just done lots of like horror-based content. And he has a second channel which is a bit more like the live related stuff, like because he'll just hang out with like whatever it is and like watch things live. He did that for the Oldest View, which is the guy who did Backrooms, like those original videos. That guy, Kane Pixel, also made the Oldest View, and Wendigoon was like watching that live whilst the guy who created it was in the call with him. Like that video is really fun and I really like it, but the rest of his live stuff, I'm like, I can't, it's too bad. It's just like streamer thing. I'm not huge into that. I love his edited stuff much more. But yeah, like he came to me through like, yeah, basically the horror path, but I've grown to learn and appreciate like the other things that he dives into. I just like him. He's like a really chill way of explaining stuff. Yes, I will always skip over the ads because fuck the ads. But other than that, pretty good. I enjoy him.
There's only one man who makes ads entertaining enough to watch, and he's failed at it at this point. The internet historian, his VPN man ads back in the day.
NordVPN man.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. Genuinely funnier than his content.
Yeah. Actually, talking about the internet historian, he did a video which is like a caver who got stuck in a cave. And Wendigoon is one of the voices that he uses to narrate one of the people who were involved in the story.
I did not notice Wendigoon in that video.
Wendigoon is the guy who gets stuck at the bottom of the cave.
Really?
Yep.
I never noticed.
Yeah, because he uses the because the internet historian just like takes stock pictures and does like whatever the fuck with it to make it work. Yeah. He used stock images, big air quotations, of the people doing the voices, and it's Wendigoon's face at the bottom of the white shaft.
I never noticed.
Yeah. It's such a weird world. All right. I guess now is time for the break.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right. Hopefully you buy 2 of whatever it was that you heard, or you go listen to that show twice. Kessid, what have you got?
So my number 2 is actually a German person, which is why it's really hard to share, but I can just tell you what the content is. So her name is Mehrwegsteuer. Her name is Mehrwe, but she's making a pun on the German word for item tax or whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever. She
Price
makes
tax?
Like VSK or VAT.
Yeah, VST. She makes she takes, for example, German reviews on cooking sites and makes skits out of them. She buys really obscure Timo products that other people have, like other Germans have hyped in their videos, and she makes really dumb videos with them. Like she makes really funny random skits, and she ties them together in like a 2-minute reel format. Like she's super funny, and my some German friends and I have been sharing them around. Like every time a new content from her dropped, like we're just sharing it around. And she only started doing content like last year, but she's growing to such an extent that she actually got a TikTok award of like funniest German comedian or whatever. And she started doing her own show next year, which was unfortunately sold out by the time I looked. But then like a day later, she dropped a couple more tickets for a show that is actually near me. So I got some for my friend and myself for next year.
Awesome.
As a birthday gift for her, because she loves them too. So I was like, you, me, Merve next year? And she was like, yeah. Yeah, she's just a very funny person. I don't know what else to say. Like she makes skits. That's all I can say. German skits.
And they only make skits in German, yeah?
Yeah. Well, she occasionally does a very funny Trump impression. Which she overlays with very like with German the way it's dubbed in German TV, like with a very dry voice, but like you can clearly hear that she is like absolutely talking bullshit in her impersonation. That's probably the most I could share with you, but like it's usually hidden in the video. Like she does 2, 3, 4 skits in one video, so if I share a video with you, I'm gonna have to say, hey, scroll to minute so-and-so to find this skit. I don't know. It's like a mixed bag. You never know what the fuck she's gonna post. Like, it's very random. Whatever inspires her, I guess.
I watched something recently that was, I think Tom Scard posted a video about, like, the death of skits. The death of like the comedy show. And he was basically saying like the comedy shows that like we grew up with, like, at least in the UK, were like, you know, Little Britain, where everything is a sketch, right? Just like all those kind of the Catherine Tate show, like all these things are just like, they're really small skits. Sometimes they're linked, but mostly they're not. Flying Circus, perfectly good example. Like that kind of content doesn't exist anymore. Like it doesn't do well on TV anymore. And I think, Mitchell and Webb have tried to reboot it, and it's just not doing wonderfully well. Like that sort of thing is super dead. But then you see and hear stuff on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube that basically proves exactly the opposite. I think comedy, as we know it, and these kind of weird skits, they've just moved to the internet in much smaller form. They're not 20 or 30-minute episodes. They are a couple of minutes.
I'm the shadow man.
I watched like half that fucking video and had to stop.
Aethel, you have to watch the full video.
I feel like I was assaulted.
Awful. It's so good. I love it. It's horrible.
To piggyback off what you were saying about like old comedy, like maybe having died, I feel like a lot of the older comedy often relied on having live audience, so they had like a laugh track in there, and like going back to watching like old comedy often feels like they're pause for reaction from the audience to get a laugh, and sometimes doing reactions like when they're like doing the what's that guy from words are escaping me, this guy that is like standing around with a like, what's going on, who the fuck is that guy, the meme,
are you talking about John Travolta from Pulp Fiction?
I think so, yeah. Yes, the words escape me right now. Literally, words are gone right now from my mind. There's just words in my mouth. That kind of impersonation is like a very common thing in old comedy, where they keep doing like the looking back to the scene where something happened, going like, what the fuck? And they're like just waiting for reactions from the on-set audience. And like the scene drags out for minutes on end. And I think that doesn't really work on into today's comedy climate anymore.
Yeah, I think it's just so like when you used to go do a comedy, like you would go watch it, like you would go to the theater to watch this stuff. You would go to the theater to do X, Y, or Z, and then like, you know, when you watch TV, you'd watch it with your family, and they'd be laughing along because also the laughter track is there and the live audience is there. But we don't live in that kind of everybody sit around the TV and watch a comedy. We don't really do that.
Yeah. It's usually people watching Netflix together, and at least one of the people is on TikTok just watching shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea of hearing other people laugh to get you to laugh is such a alien thing, because we associate laughter being real right next to you, and we're just having it like forced through a speaker. It's just like it's not quite the same. So yeah, I can see very much why, and also it's such a cliche thing for us now. Like insert laugh track, ha 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 ha. Like
it's rough.
Yeah, it's rough now. But yeah, you can definitely tell, like, when it was recorded in front of an actual live studio audience, Red Dwarf, for example, for many seasons recorded in front of a live studio audience. And then you listened or watched the seasons where Red Dwarf was not filmed in front of a live audience, and they put the laughter track in anyway. It's like, this is trash. Give me the audience back.
It was we watched a video where somebody was talking about skit shows, and he was talking about the original laughter box and how there was, like,
Tom Scar.
Yeah, Tom Scott, yeah. And he did like a video about like the original laughter box where they had like the voices recorded for people to laugh. The guy who made it, he was like a fucking aficionado at using it. Like, you could listen to episodes he used it, and it sounded like there was a fucking audience in there. And then he got too old and he passed the box on, and nobody ever knew how to fucking use it like he did. So we got the like stock, like you can tell like the it's the same laughter every fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
he was like a savant with this box. Like, he could make the right laughter in the right way, but no one else could duplicate his mastery. So that art is gone. One person had that skill.
I'm not big on skits. Skits used to be huge in Iceland when I was younger, so skit comedy is just not for me. I enjoy long form comedy. I enjoy I watch 4-hour videos on fucking video games, and there are 4 jokes in there. That's my fucking comedy.
1 joke per hour.
Any more than that, and you're being like silly.
Like, I don't purposely go and seek out comedy. Like, if there's a movie on, I'd always much rather watch something with a bit more, like, you know, drama or history or depth to it or something. I don't normally like default into comedy, and I've thought for a long while I'm just not into comedy. Like, I like laughing, but I'm not into it. But then I have been seeing more kind of like those short kind of skits, like we were talking earlier about Liana, and it was just like, Yes, this is funny. I enjoy this kind of shorts. I enjoy these kind of very quick pace like skits. And I very much enjoy those. So I've realized I just like a really specific kind of comedy, and it's short and to the point, and then I can walk away from it. I'm not being forced to watch an hour and a half of this shit.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I guess because I see everything now as like it's inspirational, something I can throw at you guys, and you'll never know where it's coming from. I can't get that from like a comedy. It's so hard to take drama from that.
You can totally like throw Always Sunny in Philadelphia at us.
We are not, and I'm going to repeat, do an actual play based on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There will not be one episode of an actual play for one episode of Sunny in Philadelphia. That would be fucking trash.
I wouldn't know because I've never watched it, so you can blindside me with that.
The first season is rough. The next like 10 seasons are amazing, and then it got rough again. The first season is very daring. Let's phrase it like that. There's a lot of fucking subject and jokes. You're just like, oh boy, you fucking did this? Like, oh my god, this is a show from the 2000s, right? 2010, 2015. Just like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
You guys were bold.
It's essentially 3 dudes own a bar and one of their sisters named Dee. And
and
this is where the phrase Charlie work comes from. It's just the guy just gets on and does stuff. It's very, very funny. They just have no respect for anyone or anything, including each other.
They're all terrible people, and it's fucking fantastic.
They're all terrible in the most unique and also most extreme ways. Simultaneously.
I still think one of my favorite and most horrible things I like from the show is because of the implications.
Because of the implications. You have to get
Such a horrible line, but also very funny.
My favorite line is when they're in the fucking brig in the boat, and Charlie, I don't remember how exactly he ends up with a gun, and they're like, well, how did you get a gun on the boat? And he's like, I just have a gun. Nobody should have a gun. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, nobody should have a gun, but I want to have a gun in case we need a gun. Yeah, Charlie, this is terrible. Put the gun away. Now, you guys don't have a gun. So I'm just going to keep my gun. Like, it's so perfectly American, the way he just like, no. Like, you guys don't have a gun. You can't tell me to give up my gun. God damn it, Charlie, this is exactly why people shouldn't have guns. It's fantastic. They do some of the best American commentary I've seen.
All right. Speaking of American, Neo, what have you got?
What a
That
rude
segue, though.
thing to go.
I'm trying to do this segue thing. I'm trying to be more just like, well, that's great. Let's move on. Like, I'm trying to be a little bit smoother here.
Yeah.
By the time we get to season 10, I'll have this on pat, right? You'll never see the segues coming.
Season 10? That's the season we're replaced by AI? That's why we don't notice the segues
That's why
anymore?
my segues are really smooth. They're written by AI.
My second choice is Abney Dude. ABNEYDUDE. He is someone who posts like maybe once a month. And when he does post, my reaction is always, oh God, what now? He is someone whose channel revolves around the game Tarkov, which is an intense first-person extraction shooter, basically. And he specializes in kind of abusing the game's failures and exploiting. He's not cheating, but it will always feel like that because for some reason the game is always broken. He's like the Spiffing Brit of Tarkov, basically. And Tarkov having become a bit of a social game. Now you can voice chat in the game in proximity and stuff like that. It's kind of a social game, and I love the game. I play the game, but I don't play online because I just don't have any patience for games that have any kind of cheating issue, especially games that are already kind of punishing. But I do enjoy, playing offline PvE. I enjoy pussy mode. You know, you can enjoy hardcore, whatever, but like I don't get cheated, so like. Whatever, I have fun.
Single player homie respect. Like I 100% am on board with you.
I'm not trying to come home and sweat, you know. Like I just want to fucking chill. But yeah, it's very fun. Because of the nature of all of the things that he's doing. These aren't things that I can necessarily take and do myself all the time because they revolve around the perception of other people live and not bots. So, you know, they're not necessarily exploits that I can take advantage of. I'm not necessarily learning tools that I can use. So it is very funny. And it all revolves around changes that are made to the game. The game just released pretty recently in 1.0, but they're still making changes. And during the making of the game, basically over the last long time that they've been doing their alpha and beta, the game has changed quite a bit. So there's quite a bit of old videos that are just old fuck ups of the game that he figured out and used against people, but it's very funny.
So in Tarkov, you have basically storage where you keep all your guns and your healing and blah blah blah.
It is a loot goblin game. That's why I love it.
And then you go
I
into
love loot goblining.
like a big open map with a bunch of other people, and you all try to loot and extract. And if you die, you lose the guns you brought with you. So it's an incredibly intense and like sweaty game. Like I tried to play it, and my what is it called? Where you get like losing anxiety, like
gear loss anxiety.
I just couldn't play, and my friend was just like, "Don't worry, they're gonna wipe the server in a month, so you will lose everything anyway. So don't worry."
That sucks too. I hate that personally. I love going at my own pace in games. Like very rarely will I enjoy like playing a game and being forced to have goals that I meet in a certain time period. Like Fortnite battle passes, like I've done one or two. It was very fun. I don't do them often, but I get it. Fortnite, not Fortnite, Tarkov. I don't like wipes. I agree. I hate that. PvE doesn't do wipes. That's why I play PvE. Because I progress in my own pace.
We can also learn little exploits against the AI, and we can then use and abuse them and not feel bad about it.
Yeah. No, I did definitely feel that. I hated Tarkov when I bought it and didn't play it for a couple of years. And then I got into it a few years ago. And all of that has basically left me because I know how, like, the more game knowledge that you get, the more you know how to make money and come back from being broke, you know? So your gear loss thing, once you get to a certain level of knowledge, it is a very knowledge heavy kind of game. So you can definitely abuse different things to come back as far as your hideout and all of your loot collecting is concerned. Because what I do is basically just keep track of where all the good stuff is, and I just really know all the spawn rates and stuff of things very well, and I go and farm them. I don't care to do quests and stuff, and all the like friends that I play with do, but I always just care about paying attention to this patch got rid of this and that from, you know,
my loot.
Yeah, the loot is fluctuating in this direction. This room is better than that room now because different like areas of the map have different locked rooms that you get keys to and stuff.
So the guy you mentioned, Apney dude, is he mostly just like not exploiting, but exploiting the game to like destroy other people?
He's using mechanics that people aren't aware of yet.
Yeah. So I heavily enjoy watching videos like this. I think they're very funny, but there's always a tiny little niggle in the back of my head, which is going, he's doing it, and his hundreds of thousands of like kid viewers are then going to go do it, and they're going to ruin the fucking game. I will not be able to play the fucking game.
It does. It does.
Oh, I like I said, I don't watch Twitch a lot. And there's like one guy who streams on YouTube who like I used to watch way back in the day. And I tuned in on him playing Ark, which is basically Tarkov, but again.
With dinosaurs.
And oh yeah, with like robot dinosaurs or something like that. You're not far from it. Giant robot spiders or whatever. And he was sitting at like an exit point using explosives that like prevent the shield mechanic from saving people from being one shot because it was right next to a ladder or something like that. And I was just like, bro, come on. Like, this is a fun game about extraction and interaction.
You're ruining everyone's. It's so good though. It's fucking
I'm sure
great.
It's real funny, the 10-second clip you can create of somebody going, yeah, dude, we're gonna extract. Like, yes, that's a great clip, but I now have to play with 10,000 little idiots that are all trying to recreate that.
No, yeah. Some of them are innocent, though. Like, one of the really early ones that I remembered liking, there was a spot on a map. You couldn't do anything from this spot, but once you get into the spot, you can't get out. You were just trapped. So he would like lure them in. I can't even remember how he did it, but he basically tricked someone into that spot and just left them there and kept like having a conversation with them through the walls. Because like once they die, he can loot them. Like he's able to loot people that are in the room, but they just can't get out. So
bullshit.
He's just trapping people. Mean. Just trapping people.
And this YouTuber does this on his like 200,000 view channel. And then I play the game for the first time in months. I'm just trying to have a chill experience.
You have like 1 hour of like you come over
and some
like
fucking squeaker on the goddamn
day.
microphone. He fell for it. He's in the room. I'm just like, Alt F4, fuck this. I can't. I'm going back to Final Fantasy. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Final Fantasy 7, by the way, not fucking 14 or whatever. Same problems there.
There's one where, so like I said earlier, there's the marked rooms. They're just very valuable keys with very limited uses. And they have the most rare items in the game. There's one video where he just dresses in the darkest clothes that resembles like trash bags, and he just crouches in rubble and lays across the room. And as soon as he hears them unlock the door, he just turns and kills them all. And it's amazing. They never see him. It's so crazy just watching it unfold in front of you. It's unbelievable sometimes.
It seems very similar kind of to the Rust guy who was doing the art. It's kind of like weird social interactions.
He was going to be my honorable mention, is the guy who makes art in Rust. Because again, it's another one of those games that resets. The server just wipes and resets every like however long it is. So any art that he creates, and by the way, he's fucking amazing at this. The limited palette he has in Rust, he's really good. He knows it's not going to exist. Like in a few days, it's not going to exist, but he's really good at it, and it's really fun.
Nah, I can't play games like big PvP games anymore. I play Dead from Daylight, Dead by Daylight. Like I play 4 games a year or something like that. Just random like little like demon on my shoulder. Go kill teenagers in Dead by Daylight. I'm like, yeah, kill 14 teenagers, and then somebody like absolutely destroys me because they know all the tricks, and I'm like, this is boring now.
Yeah, games like those become skill hurdles like really quickly. Like can you imagine trying to get into Rocket League and playing against the people who are still playing Rocket League because they're good at it because they've played it for 15 years or whatever?
My brother and his friends.
Cars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brothers and his friends still play it, and we do.
It's a good game, but you can't learn to play it now. Tarkov is a lot the same way, though. Online wise, like the
nightmare.
Yeah, people that know the game are just gonna destroy you. But rocket cars, God, the people that play rocket cars are so ridiculous. I can't even like comprehend what they're doing. It's insane.
It's outrageous. No, not for me. No more PvP for Aether.
I still get the hankering every now and then to reboot up League of Legends because I
suck at those so much.
See, the thing is, I love being the support. I used to enjoy being a mid laner, and then you couldn't take any mid lane anymore, and I just can't fucking do that anymore. But I used to just love like being in the bottom lane. I was learning how to like be an ADC. I was learning how to carry, learning how to be like support, and I love the shit out of that role. But Aethel can't PvP. He gets so angry.
I understand that so much. I love
I've been out
games.
of it for like so long. I don't like, because I started watching Little Bit of Worlds recently because I genuinely love professional play. It looks incredible to watch. Like, these people are so fucking skilled, and I watch them like, I don't recognize half the characters anymore. I don't recognize most of the items. I don't know what strategy they're going for. And I am not as young as I used to be. My reactions are kind of shit now. So I don't want to play because I've got no one to play with. And I don't want to be called a noob. Because people in League are really mean. But I tend to have global chat turned off, and if my party is getting angry, I just ignore them. I'll just focus on minion control.
Now, that's why I do like the Battlefield games, though, because they're such large scale that you're on a team of 50 people. Half the people are dicking off anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. No one yells at anybody.
You all suck. That's the only underlying
It's so freeform. You can go just hide somewhere forever. It doesn't even matter. Those are great games. I do like the vibe. I get bored of them pretty quickly, but when I do play them, I never hate it. It's the only PvP that I will do because no one's gonna care or bother. You know, if I'm just trying to destroy a house off in the corner somewhere forever.
Well, all right, Aethel. It's you next. This is your top spot. This is when you thought niche intellect celebrity, your brain went, this person.
Yeah. So,
and then your brain went, I probably can't talk about this person. This person is dead.
No, I don't think I am fibbing when I say this is my top internet person. like everybody else on my list, he's a video game guy, kind of does video games. But he started out making what were called machinimas, where he basically played games like Half-Life, and he just voiced the characters as he was playing, and he'd used like the in-game mechanics of moving the characters to make scenes and all that good stuff. And he started out doing that, and he basically created a huge genre that like died and like was born and died back in the 2008s. Like that's how long ago this guy was doing it. But he's still doing his own thing. But he finished doing his video series, and he started another series, and then he started making like little video game reviews. And I love his video game reviews. They're very short. Very short. They're 30 to 40 minutes, but they're like condensed. They're very scripted, and they're very like, he's very silly. He's very goofy. He's clearly like super passionate about music, because talk about music all the fucking time. He's just very fun, very fun. That wouldn't make him number one. What makes him number one is that this motherfucker looked at the state of video gaming and the state of like video games being always online and being taken away from people. And he went, this is bullshit. I may only have this silly little channel with like 200,000 subscribers, which is like way bigger now. But I'm going to challenge the America and the EU to try to fucking define these bullshits. So he sat down, and he, for like 4 years straight, constantly was sending letters, talking to people, lawyers, politicians, and finally he got something rolling last year. And he got the EU to force, like he basically managed to get a petition in front of the EU, which they're going to have to look at and answer at some point in 2026 or 2027. No, I think they have 4 years to answer or something crazy like that. And these petitions are not simple. These petitions require over, what was it, 1 million?
It was a million European citizens. So you and I are exempt. We couldn't sign that.
Yeah.
Because we're not part of the EU.
But he got like 1 million signature, at least 100,000 signatures from 5 different countries. Like, just crazy that he managed to do this. This is Ross Scott from Accursed Farms. He made Freeman's Mind. He is an incredible weirdo who lives in, I think, Poland with his wife. He lives off canned soup because he doesn't want to get a real job, and his Patreon isn't big enough to like live like a fancy life. He's so simple. He's so down to earth, and he's so like, I just want to play my video games and be left alone. Why am I not allowed to play my video games? And he loves playing old video games, and that's why he hates the video game licensing thing, because he owned a game called Need for Speed: The Crew, and he bought it like at some point. And then 5 years later, he's just being told, like, you can't play it anymore. And he was like, excuse me, what? I haven't played it yet.
Now I know which licensing thing you are talking about. I was like, I remember something like that was making the rounds earlier this year, and I remember signing it, like, and a bunch of my friends too. And I was like, what the fuck was that about again?
I think Aethel also annoyed you to sign it.
No.
He was sending it to
I know who
everyone.
it came from. It was not Aethor.
Yeah, no, I did not annoy enough people. I definitely should have. I was incredibly passionate about it, especially because it became like a weird thing on the internet where like some absolute like narcissist came out and was like shitting on it, and he got what he deserved. Let's just leave it at that. And but like it was so nice seeing Ross Scott have like a win after like he was so defeated. Like halfway through the signature thing, he was just like, it's dead, man. It's fucking dead. I got up to 200,000 signatures. It's fucking over. He was so defeated. And then just randomly it took off in the last 2 months. And it was just so good. Yeah. It was so nice seeing him have a win. And again, because he's such a chill dude. Like, I'm not kidding. He made like a video where he was like, hey, can like a couple of people join my Patreon? There's mold growing in my bathroom and I think I need to change places. So like if like 20 people could join for like a month or something, like I can like figure out a new place, or I can get pesticides to deal with it. He's just so fucking easygoing, like nothing bothers him, and yeah. And so his stupid video game review show is called Ross's Game Dungeon, and I quote it randomly in my life all the fucking time. You don't like killing women, you don't like killing babies, what kind of man are you? Like, that's straight from one of his stupid fucking videos. Like, I love that. He's great. He's great. I highly recommend him, and he's a human being that deserves way more. But he is so happy where he is that I'm just like, yeah, no, he's like the guy who did the Monster Mash song. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into that guy, but he is just happy being the Monster Mash guy. He's just happy having work every Halloween. He's just happy being the Monster Mash guy.
He literally isn't, because I watched I listened to a podcast just a couple of months ago. I think it was in October, where a bunch of people did a review of the rest of the album, and there was an entire album of the Monster Mash, and the entire album was so fucking bad that they were like, he tried to recreate what he achieved with the Monster Mash track, that he tried to make an entire album out of it, and all of them were fucking ass, and so he was not happy with the situation. He was trying his fucking best to recreate it, and he could never get there.
Of course he tried. It was a one-hit wonder, and he did the failed follow-up. Like, 100% that happened. But if you look for videos of him playing Monster Mash in like 2010-ish, I want to say, when I was looking into this, he looks so happy just being on stage doing the Monster Mash. He looks so just content, just like, I have a one-hit wonder. I will work every fucking Halloween. This is great. He seems so happy with life. Like, of course he wanted more, but like, he seems happy where he is.
Maybe he has achieved that state of mind.
Yes.
He definitely was not happy back in the olden days.
I wouldn't say that you're unhappy if you tried to do a second one-hit wonder and it fails. Like, you wanted it to succeed, but you can also just be happy you had a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. You get royalties every October.
Yes, he does.
Making bank if you can make a holiday season song. You're set for a long time.
And Ross talks about like weird little games, and one of my favorite fucking game that he did a review on, I don't remember what the name of the game is, but it's a game about a guy who's like he talks to spirits, and how he talks to spirits is he drinks poison that gets him to the edge of death, and then his spirit leaves his body. And then he will like wake up eventually as his body defeats the poison, and he remembers talking to the ghosts. And the plot point to that fucking game that just makes it gold is the fact that he gets poisoned later in the game by the mayor of the town, who killed all the people whose spirits he's been talking to. But because he's been poisoning himself constantly his entire life, he's super resistant to it. So it just kind of knocks him out for like a day, and then he gets back up. It's such a good plot point. Like, oh, it's so dumb. I love it.
I appreciate the things that Ross has done, because protecting video games, especially old ones, is really important. And not, when you go to buy a game, you need to know 100% you are buying a temporary access to a game if that is what you're selling. Otherwise, if I'm buying a video game, let me fucking play my video game. Like, his work in that has been really good, and I appreciate Freeman's Mind. Nobody can argue that isn't a classic from our time. But I just can't with his video game reviews. It is not content for me. I feel like he whines a lot, and that just annoys the shit out of me. So I can't. I want to be behind this guy because the things he does is good. Like, I'm 100% behind the mission and behind the guy. And if he has mold growing, maybe we could throw some pesticide. Like, I'm on board with this. But the other stuff...
You absolutely hate his voice.
I can't deal with it. Like, especially because we watch like a lot of stuff. Like, before we go to sleep, we'll watch like, reviews of stuff, or watch cooking stuff. Like, we watch all sorts of stuff. But whenever his stuff comes on, I'm like, I just can't. Like, I'm like 2 or 3 minutes in, I'm like, I just can't. This man is a whiny little bastard, and I can't. I know he isn't. It just feels that way.
You have a couple of people that I can't listen to, so I 100% understand.
Yes. We don't put those things on at bedtime.
So, if you care about video games, look up Accursed Farms on YouTube and give Ross Scott a view.
Actually, talking about the video game thing, the UK recently started making waves and have actually started discussing it on the council floor.
So the first thing I heard from the UK thing was that they got they got 800,000 signatures, and they said, we're not talking about it, that it hit 1 million, and they went, okay. They took it up to the floor and they went, this is stupid. And then they closed it again. They may be opening it again.
So when people think about the British Parliament, right, they'll think that traditional looking thing where you've got the Speaker of the House at one end, you've got two parties on a bunch of benches either side of like the middle, right? That's not actually where a lot of the parliamentary talks happen. That's only where the incredibly big stuff happens. Most of the stuff is done with like small committees and like this, that, and the other, and they happen in the building, but not in the main room. And yeah, they were like 6 or 7 were part of like the committee that were talking about it, and then an additional set of MPs, members of Parliament, turning up and talking about video games and how people need to be much clearer when you're purchasing stuff. And they basically came from the point of view of like, this is for the rights of the buyer. The rights of the British purchaser need to know that when they are purchasing something, it is theirs, and companies do need to come up with something like to do like end of life care on the products. And it didn't go exactly the way that most of us would hope, but they have gotten steps towards making it a thing. So it's actually going to trading standards instead of just like, hey, we're handing it over to the department that actually deals with, hey, did you say that you were selling a kilo of sugar and you only had 900 grams of sugar? Trading standards. So it's going over towards them.
That's fantastic. But
cool.
I do know that the British government, it refused it twice. That was like a huge talking point.
It refused it on like the main floor. Because it's such a weird niche that only some MPs are into and isn't a national thing because it's not in the interest of everyone. So it got rejected off the main floor. But it's gone down to...
I can get super heated and talk about this for hours. So I'm going to choose to just... Ross is my messiah. He is my religious icon. I praise Ross every time I get boot up an old game that used to be online. Like, he's good guy.
I feel like he's very much like I like the idea of Christianity, but I don't like reading it. That's Ross for me.
Just keep it over there.
Just keep it over there. All right, I'm going to go on to my top internet niche celebrity in a niche. My niche is healthcare and medicine. For those of you who didn't know, I used to be a young carer, so I was a carer from a very young age for my family. And that just followed me like right up until my parents' passing. And I have been in almost every nursing, but not an actual nurse type job. So I've done home care. So I've gone to people's houses and taken care of them in their own homes. I have done nursing homes. So I've done like 12 or 13 hour shifts at nursing homes, looking after people who needed it. And also just like elderly care homes. And I've also been a nursing assistant on an orthopedics ward where basically you choose to have like your hips or your knees or like any sort of hand surgery done. Like you choose to have those. So I've done like a lot of these jobs, and I'm absolutely fascinated by medicine. I think the human body is incredible. I think the things it does is amazing. I think its repair system is incredible. And I think the history of medicine is also just wild. You go from hacking things apart, which is what the barbers were, barber surgeons. That's why, like, you have the red on the pole or whatever it is. You know, you would go down there and have a tumor cut off. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Just your local barber would do that shit. Like, getting through that to, like, the Victorian age where people were secretly trying to buy corpses so they could understand the human body. Like, that shit is fucking wild. The whole invention of, like, anesthesia and how it changed dentistry is just phenomenal. Upright to things like, you know, investigations into, you know what, I think we can see... You know, I think I can see the skeleton. If we blast you with radiation and put like a screen behind you, like that is fucking wild. Right up to MRI machines, which when I stopped doing nursing stuff, I became an engineer and I did design work for making MRI machines. So like the whole thing is fascinating to me. And if I had not had double vision, which unfortunately I do, I would have gone to the army and become a combat medic because I think medicine is incredible. That is my true calling. But since I can't do that, I just have to live with being fascinated by medicine instead. I am possibly the worst person to have around if you have an accident, because I'm like, oh my God, they're going to do all these cool things to you and stick you with staples. Not anything you want to hear when you're actually sick. I just love all this stuff. So there is a healthcare professional that I watch on YouTube, and it's the channel is called Midlife Crisis. He is a cardiologist in the UK. His name is Roheen Francis. His family are Bengali, and he is basically a stand-up comic, but also a heart surgeon. This guy is incredibly funny, and he spends most of his time either making historical videos about various things in the medicine world, or he does, there's this health trend. I'm going to make a funny video on why this is wrong, or why there are actual benefits to what's being said here. Placebos. Let's talk about the placebo effect. It's a really good video on that. It's really long. Don't get me wrong. It's like 2 and a bit hours, I think it is. But he'll mix that the next time round by making a really stupid skit video, which is basically him doing the dude bro NFT shit, but talking about vitamins in a positive way. Like, don't forget to take them. They're really good. They're really funny. He's such like a broad range to him. And yeah, he'll just talk about all sorts of stuff. I like him because he does tend to go, this health trend, this fad doesn't have any scientific basis to it. Like, there's nothing to it. But he'll also go, these are the diets, these are the keto diets, and this is what it's supposed to do, and this is actually how it works, and this is actually a good thing, or this isn't a good thing. He also does things like throwing up red flags. So he talks about the various testosterone treatments that men will sometimes have, and how he thinks, and he doesn't have proof, but he thinks that it's affecting hearts. So he's like, if anyone else has this, then throw up a red flag and we can get people to actually investigate it. We need data. So if you can get data that either proves me wrong or proves me vaguely okay, then let's talk about it. Let's get things going through. So he does all sorts of things in the healthcare world. And obviously during COVID, he didn't post a lot, because he was a cardiologist during COVID in the UK. He fucking worked like a horse. So he just worked a lot. And he just has really interesting videos. I find pretty much the broad range of what he talks about to be just incredibly interesting. And one of my absolutely favorite videos he has is his take on euthanasia, and just how doctors in the UK actually handle it, what's going on in different countries, the facts and the relationships around it, the stigmas around it, the positives, the negatives. It's a really good deep dive into the subject. And I'm like, damn, this dude knows his shit, but he would also sprinkle humor throughout. And I'm just how do you make such a miserable topic kind of funny? So yeah, for me, it's midlife crisis. He is it's such a weird niche to be interested in, but he's also such a weird niche guy who doesn't have a lot of followers. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He doesn't make content on a regular schedule, and sometimes not for months at a time, where the running joke is, oh my God, he's still alive. It's just really good. I really like him. That's my niche guy. My top niche guy.
So I know we disagree heavily on him. So he is one of the most dangerous things for us to watch together on.
Yep.
We probably spent a good hour debating the placebo video he made.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
he makes good videos.
He does. He also makes some of my favorite videos, obviously then the kind of vague topics, is when he talks about historical medicine practices of we got from here to here. I love those. One of those videos he did really weirdly, he recorded it, but he recorded it in reverse order. So at the beginning of the video, he doesn't have any facial hair, but by the end he does. No, it's the other way around. He starts off with a full beard, and just over time, parts of it gets chopped off as he's doing these obvious segments until he's clean shaven. It's really good. I don't remember the content of the video, but I remember that. Yeah. It's really good.
Did you said he did one on sedation, or what was the word you used?
Anesthesia?
Anesthesia. Did he do the thing which is an outrageous fact about humanity, which is reinvented surgery, the idea of cutting people open and fucking with their insides in the 1850s, and we invented anesthesia in 1890? or something like that. It is one of the most horrifying human facts.
I do not remember. I don't remember the specifics.
I listened to a podcast once a long time ago. I used to listen to like educational podcasts. And this was one of the things they were talking about, the history of anesthesia, where it came from and how we got where we are. And it were like one of the first things they opened up with was just like, yep, we invented surgery before we invented the way to not feel pain. Like that is insane.
It's just like, I cannot imagine going to the dentist and not having anesthesia. Like, the shit. No way. Any other surgery without anesthesia either? Fuck off. Just no.
I guess I'll just die then. Thank you.
I mean, they probably took something else like, poisonous mushrooms or whatever that got you super high.
Or a shit ton of alcohol.
Yeah, or poppy seeds.
Yeah.
They tried to do alternatives. They tried to do alternatives, but like it was like I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was like a known thing which was like long-term surgeons basically had PTSD from the amount of screaming that their patients did. It was like
I can well imagine.
Because they used to do it in those like surgery
theaters,
stadiums thingies, and it would echo the audio, and it was just like there's historical records from doctors from that time, and like many of them just talk about like, I can't sleep at night. I can just hear the screaming constantly, just the fucking screaming. It's just fucking insane. Nobody got out of that well.
Nope.
Sometimes I look at the past and think, today is the good timeline. Oh no.
When you said he's a doctor, like doctor turned comedian, I was reminded that there was a German comedian back in the days when I was watching a lot of German comedy, and he was also a doctor who eventually became a comedian, like a stage comedian and improviser. And one of his motivations for becoming a comedian later was because he wanted people to be happy, but he couldn't really do that with the doctoring that he was doing because people kept being miserable with the medicine that he was providing. And also, like, he was a very eloquent person, and as a doctor, you're supposed to just write it out like factual, like what the fuck happened. And he always found himself trying to word stuff nicer. And he was like, I can't fucking do that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think to a degree when you're in any sort of medical care, you have to develop a really thick skin and incredible sense of humor. Because people are going to be sad. You're seeing them at potentially the worst points. So delivering bad news, delivering good news, even it's just hard. It's emotionally hard. So I can imagine why a lot of people turn to being very, very funny.
It's kind of similar to how my friend Nee, who is an undertaker, she quit her undertaker work because she couldn't deal with like the people involved. It was usually always the interpersonal thing with the people coming to the undertaker, and like, because as an undertaker, or I guess also as a doctor, you always get the blame for the misfortunes that they're having. I mean, to a degree, I can get it with doctors, because like at some point you just get so frustrated that like, oh, you're at the fifth doctor and you're trying to get another opinion, and like nothing is. They're not giving you the right prescription, or they just can't figure out what the fuck is happening with you. So yeah, it's rough.
I recently found this YouTuber. I think his name is Grant Harding, and America has a bunch of like weird, sketchy like ways that we do medicine, and everything is like a concoction of things. Some of it over the counter and in gas stations and this and that. And he basically goes through these things, assesses what chemicals are in there, deep dives he's just obsessed with like brains and the chemicals and stuff, and goes through over the counter vitamins, medicines and stuff like that. And sometimes tries them, gives opinions, but basically goes through what they're expected to do in your body. And it's fascinating. because I know very little about all that stuff, but he's like incredibly passionate about it. And sometimes it's funny. He's just funny sometimes. He has a lot of disdain for a lot of the ways that it just, I guess, a United States problem, but like the pharmaceutical industry, like fucking people over and this and that. And sometimes pharmacists like differ in opinion on what should be prescribed to doctors based on like what's happening. And yeah, you know, he has opinions and lets them be known. But he definitely doesn't like some medicines, and it's fascinating to hear that side of it. You know, what he perceives as dangerous and stuff. You know.
Yeah, I sometimes get like I want to say I'm a curious person, and sometimes I look shit up. No, I sometimes get hyperfixations, and I start trying to like learn things. Mm-hmm. And one of them was how chemicals interact with the human body. Fuck me, that's complicated shit.
Right.
I usually can mostly absorb like even like relatively complicated text if I'm like really focused on like I want to know how this works. But when it comes to like how protein and chemicals like interact with like within the body, I'm just like I am fucking lost. That shit's complicated.
It feels like magic. Like, it genuinely feels like magic. Like, you put, like, you know, chocolate cake in mouth. Something that you do in chewing helps with digestion. It goes into the gullet and then something happens. Some of it turns to fat, some of it's energy. And then poop. Step 8, poop. Like, it's not even like eat, digest, poop. It is like eat, digest, more stuff. Things are a result of that things. Pooping is one part of that. Like, it's ridiculous.
There are so many simple steps. It's like, oh yeah, your colon is like absorbing the water. You're like, okay, cool. That seems simple. Your colon is absorbing the nutrients. How does it do that? Okay, so there are enzymes, and enzymes, they hold on to these like these things, and you're just like, wait, whoa, what's an enzyme? Okay, and then they're gonna break apart the proteins. Whose proteins is being broken apart? Technically yours. Like. This is horrifying.
The human body is just endlessly fascinating, in my opinion. It's disgusting, and I think it's amazing.
It's good content.
Not always and not in everyone.
I do enjoy viewing the human body, Neil.
Pimple popping videos.
Oh, no, please stop. No.
Those are so fucking terrible. I hate it.
That's what I was going to compare.
I will sit and gawk at it for like 10 minutes, but like I'll hate every second.
That's what I was originally going to compare the Hoof GP guy to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I can see that.
Yeah, there are occasions when there are pus-filled hooves, and it's intense.
And it will be like the thumbnail, so much, and the text will be, it burst, or something like that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's such a fucking like clickbaiter, but he's also so sincere. It's so fucking stupid.
Nia just left.
I gotta go buy a cow, man.
He
if he comes back with a
pimple,
pimple, I'll be so mad.
I thought he was gonna come back with a cow.
All right. That's my number one. Let's move on. Kesser.
Yeah. Let's see. What is my number one? Okay, so my number one is again a comedian, and this time it's a podcaster. Yeah, we haven't had a podcaster today, had we? No. So his name is Adel Rafai. He's on the Magic Tavern, and he's when I first heard him on the Magic Tavern, he had like a very, very nice, pleasant voice to listen to. Like he's just like had a very charming voice, even though the character he was portraying was an absolute asshat. But I just generally really liked the character he was portraying, and like I wanted to know more about this person. And eventually he made a podcast where he's more himself rather than an improvised character, and that is Hey Riddle Riddle. And like I just found myself over the years gravitating to things he is in, and I will give them a listen. And like they're not always a hit with me. Like there's one podcast he does with another friend that is called the Word Association podcast, but that one is just not for me, at least not episode 1. Maybe the others are, I don't know. But like chances are, if like he has something to plug in any of the shows that he's in, I will probably try to check it out, because I just like listening to the stuff he comes up with. Like he's an improviser, so it's often gonna be improvised scenes or characters that he improvises. They lately made a own Dungeons and Dragons podcast called, oh, what's it called? I didn't prepare this. Hang on. Gumshoes and Dragons, which they make with the guy from the Daddies pod. What the fuck is it called? The Dungeons and Daddies podcast. Yeah, that one. Yeah, they made a podcast that is basically just improvised murder mysteries, basically, which is really interesting. But
are they using the Gumshoe system?
No, I think it's a D&D system.
Cool.
It's just called Gumshoes and Dragons because they're doing, murder mysteries. Like they always start with, murder has been happened, and like they always have one guest who is either the murderer or the victim, and the main core cast has to figure out what the fuck they did, and it's like in a fantasy setting, which is really fun.
Yeah.
He also, like, I didn't know he appeared in Backwater Bastards, but then randomly I saw him pop up in Backwater Bastards. I was like, I had a massive fangirl moment. I was like, yeah! How the fuck did you do that?
Get him over here! Get him over here!
Yeah. Gimme.
I identify with the I will watch anything you're in. There are some of my honorable mentions, which were like my parasocial friends from like my young adult teenage years. It's just like, oh boy, I watched everything these people did or listened to, so I can fucking identify with that.
Yeah.
So do you just enjoy the his like improv skills? Is like that's the main thing, or is it the voice?
I think it's his improv, like an amalgamation of his improv skills and the characters that he plays, and like his personality too. Like his voice originally got me into liking him. Like of the three main characters from the Magic Tavern, he was the one I most gravitated towards because of the voice. Even though the character was an asshole, but I do genuinely like him. Like he's very palatable. Let's say it like that. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
What's his name? Just for no.
Adel Rafai. It's in the references.
Thank you.
I also figured out no reason. Oh no. I figured out a while ago that many years ago, when the internet did not have YouTube yet, was not blessed with a YouTube yet, there was a video going around on other sites that were sharing videos of a guy who had to house sit for a friend during the Christmas holidays. And when the friend came back, he found every single item in his apartment wrapped up in Christmas presents. And I later figured out that Adel Rafai was the one who did that skit. Like, he got a bunch of improviser friends on that and like to do that. And like that video still lives in my brain rent-free, because I'm the kind of person who really likes doing that kind of prank on people, or like very unexpected random pranks. It was really nice to find out that like these people were connected.
That's such a mean prank. It's so harmless. It's so mean.
Yeah. Yeah. But someone has to unwrap all the fucking items.
Yeah, that's the mean part.
The fucking present papers. Christmas present papers.
Christmas wrapping paper?
Wrappings. Yep.
I don't think I've ever heard this person, so unfortunate.
You might have if you've ever heard a Magic Tavern ad.
Okay, I may have heard his voice.
Maybe. That's my number one.
Yay!
My number one is Ari at Home. ARIATHOME. I found him through YouTube Shorts. He does live streams in New York where he goes around with this music production station, this mobile kind of kit that he has. He's incredibly talented. He just makes stuff on the spot. Whatever someone wants, he'll make it. And then all of these strangers come up. He just hands them the mic and they will sing or rap or do whatever they're going to do. And it's pretty great. It's all good vibes. It's crazy. He's really, really talented.
Music, but like with an insane amount of stuff, tech stuff that he's walking around with.
I was instantly hypnotized. I opened up one of the videos and I was just like, holy shit.
It is good
cool
improv. Yeah, it's good improv. He walks around. It's incredible. He's a spectacle. It really is. It's crazy.
Does he like? Is he improving his own music, or is he like?
Yeah. He's taking So someone will come up to him and he'll say, "You want to get on the mic," and he will ask them like, "What do you want me to make? I'll make it right now." And he'll make it like in front of them, and then they'll just start whenever. Then he'll weave these into quicker videos of like some of the best moments. And there's a lot of good stuff. There's, some longer streams that you can watch. Most of them are around the 3 hours, just a little bit over that mark. The YouTube shorts are obviously just highlights of people that came by. It's a good mixture of just people walking around who happen to be really talented sometimes. It's crazy.
It's not the same, but it reminds me of the Flash Orchestra video where there's I don't remember which orchestra it was, but there's basically like a guy with a cello. There's a guy with a cello out and somebody throws a coin in and he starts playing like, I don't remember which, it's not Ode to Joy, it's one of the like huge orchestra numbers. And as he's playing, more and more people out of his orchestra come out of like coffee houses and shit out there. It kind of reminds me of that like kind of instant music energy like in public. I'm a huge fan of buskers because we basically have none in Iceland, so they don't annoy me. So they're always entertaining to me. Like I love buskers.
He's really doing like a new version of busking because like his kit is crazy. The thing that he like walks around with, the fact that he's not asking people on the streets for money. He's just handing them a mic, it's very open. Like no one's really asked for anything, but like he relies on the stream to do that. So it's like all of this being broadcast, people can donate that way to him. So it's busking in that form. And that's kind of crazy to think about. Like we're at that point. It's awesome though.
Yeah. What a fantastic thing. See, this is what the internet was made for. Digital busking.
Digital busking. It's very fun.
I don't think I could watch this very long. I would probably die of cringe watching some people absolutely fail.
No, it like I said, like finding it through shorts is pretty great because you're seeing kind of highlights, of 3-hour streams. But it is also fun to tune into those 3-hour streams and just see the like setup, the hanging out. Sometimes he'll walk around and do his own thing for a while before he like finds a spot he's going to stay at for a minute. And
and he's doing this in New York.
Yeah.
Has he ever gotten mugged? Like, or is he like hanging out on the safe side?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly a lot about
I feel like
New York,
if he has like a camera team behind him filming him constantly.
Oh, they don't care.
You're gonna be on camera mugging him.
I feel like everything is everywhere enough that help would be nearby if something like I feel like it's so public That even though it's at nighttime, it's still like
that's why I asked.
Walking
because
off
he was doing it at nighttime. I was just like when I saw him in daytime, I was like, okay, yeah, he can get away with that. But at nighttime, he has like a giant phone strapped to his hand. It's like I've seen people like live stream their own thievery. Like I've seen people live stream running around stealing phones. Like I don't think a camera is going to dissuade a lot of people. Sorry, certain people.
I don't know how expensive his setup would be because certainly he's got, let's see, I don't know how expensive those little keyboards are. And I can't make sense of his kit, basically his speakers. Like I can't tell how good they are, because I don't know anything about this like portable kind of thing.
Maybe that's the trick.
Looks expensive.
Maybe that's the trick. He stole the speakers. That way, when they're stolen from him, it's a circle of loot.
Because I was going to say, like, the expensive components are probably his computer that's running his software on it, because he is pulling from libraries and stuff that he has, and instruments and stuff that he has, and whatever's powering it, like that has to be annoying and heavy.
It has to be in his backpack.
For sure.
I remember there was a time where I was like looking into what the hell in real life streaming was, IRL streaming, and people make something called streamer backpacks where they basically have like battery packs and shit. It's a nightmare, and I wish it on none but my worst enemies. The idea of IRL streaming.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I really, every time it comes across shorts, I'll always click it because it's always fascinating.
Yeah. I don't have anything else.
Me neither.
I was like, this would be very much more interesting for me to talk about. I could see it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing this.
I put a picture in chat.
Oh, in
the picture doesn't convey the music part.
I know. I'm just trying. I'm trying.
Trying to be a good bean.
Wrong chat.
No,
where the fuck? Oh, there.
No, I see it. Dude. Yeah, I'd worry about taking that kit around with me.
I'd worry about taking it around me in Iceland. Like,
yeah, I think for me more though, I think I'd be more worried about dropping anything. Tiny bit of a
also getting into bad weather with that much tech.
Oh my god.
Well, I do hope that it's worth it for him to be getting out because I mean he's I don't know if he's making a career out of this stuff, but I hope that it's working out because it's really cool.
Me too, but he has like daily rig cost tip thing in the top of his screen, and it never seems to hit $200, which makes me very sad. So, I don't know. Maybe he's getting some.
I mean, his channel has 1.3 million
subscribers. Oh, yeah, okay, he's fine.
Yeah, the ad income should take care of most of that.
Yeah, each video gets at least 1 million views, apparently.
Oh my god, okay, yeah,
he's 2 million.
All he has to do is take like 3 ad spots from like Raid Shadow Legends or whatever, and he's golden.
I listen to everything when I record it on my Raycon earplugs.
Oh my fuck. I get so sad when I see people like hawking Raycons and G Fuel. Like, I know these are 2 shit products that just pay well, and I just get so sad. It's like,
what is G Fuel?
You can't badmouth these people, Aethel. We may be able to get them to sponsor us, and we need the money. It's just the sellout. If they give us a bunch of money to do a mid-spot, we will do it.
My opinions on these products...
Energy drink.
Yes. My opinion on these products is up for negotiation. No, it's I like those are 2 products that I just know are quite terrible. So it makes me sad. But go make that bread or whatever they fucking say.
I don't know. Go make money, live your life, or create stuff and don't have lots of money. That's valid too.
6, 7.
It totally is.
All right,
8, 9.
I don't even know what 6-7 is. I don't want to know what 6-7 is. I just want to wait for this to pass, just like I waited for skibbity bullshit to like pass. I don't need to know. I'm just gonna let it pass through my life.
I think you already know all there is to
At
know.
least
I don't think
Skibbity
it
had
means anything.
had a background where the fuck it came from.
Skippity had Riz. 6-7 is just total L.
I was going to ask you, Aether, what your honorable mentions are, but now I don't know if I want to talk to you.
Come on, I have to do honorable mentions.
Fine, let's go.
It's not huge. Basically, if you ever listen to that guy, watch That Guy with the Glasses back in the day, and the entire That Guy with the Glasses ecosystem, Phalus, Lufia, or whatever her fucking name was, Spoonie, Linkara, I watched all of those weirdos, and those were my little, like, parasocial, like, conglomerate of weirdos, and I enjoyed a lot of it. Today it does not hold up. A lot of it is quite fucking terrible, but I enjoyed it back then, so I have to give a shout out to like the OG internet weirdos that I enjoyed. And of course I have to call out shout out Nerdy Show. Their stuff has changed a lot, and I am no longer the intended audience, or however you want to phrase that. And I wish them the best of luck, but I love their stuff, and I can't help but shout out Nerdy Show, Pokeballs of Steelix, and Dungeons and Doritos. Like those were great shows, and I really enjoyed everybody who worked on it. I enjoyed Kat. I miss Triforce Mike, who I think it was sad that Hax had to like decide to do his own things, and that all the other guys became adults and got jobs and had to like do things. Like I miss all of you weirdos. I wish you guys would still make your weird old show, but I am very happy that you guys have found new paths in life and you're enjoying that. Yeah.
Adulthood's the biggest obstacle for anything creative.
That's why I decided not to grow up. Peter Pan.
All right. Again, I tried to choose weird niches that I'm into. Because why wouldn't I? My weird ghost hunting show, and also telling spooky stories while incredibly drunk. The Watcher crew. I basically love almost anything from Watcher. I love, and I really miss Dish Granted. It was such a good cooking show. I really liked it. I love Too Many Spirits. I love the ghost hunting show. I love basically Watcher. It's good going to sleep things. Game review. I love Grimbeard.
Yeah.
Who is also YouTube. But I genuinely think the best series that Grimbeard ever did was every episode of Supernatural until the CW shut him down. The CW shut him down. And I'm very upset because it's a fucking incredible series. I don't know where it is. I don't know if he even put it on his Patreon. I don't know what the fuck it is. It was a good series, and Grimbeard is an amazing human being. I'm a little bit into nerdcore. Just only a tiny bit. And the Stupendium, who is British, they create incredible. They have such fucking vocal range. They do so many voices and are able to basically rap in this about the most random video game stuff. It's fucking incredible. The Team Fortress video, fucking perfect.
It's really good.
It's so good. And the other kind of like medical person I occasionally listen to is Sydney McElroy, Sawbones, and Still Buffering. Super good. I love her tone. She's very informative. She's very calm, very patient. She's very much a mum because she is. And she's just a very calm, kind of wholesome person. I like her. And finally, this is a music one. This is someone who does covers. His name is Frank Watkinson. He is a very old British dude. And he's basically retired, and he releases videos every couple of days, and he has done one of my absolutely favorite. He just does he plays the guitar and he just does acoustic covers of songs, and they are never he basically got the chords and he sang it exactly how they sang it. No, he'll just rewrite it to sound really like how he likes to play, and he sings it within his range. And he done one of my absolute favorite covers, which is Melancholy Hill by Gorillaz, thank you. It's a beautiful cover. It sounds like a folk song of love, and it's incredible. So yeah, he's my last honorable mention. That's me and my honors. Kesser.
Yeah, I have a bunch of honorable mentions. I I alluded to this earlier when I was saying I like the category of content of people who are immigrants. I also like the category of people who are disabled and make content. For example, Matthew and Paul, they're two husbands. One of them is blind, and the husband keeps pranking him. Love that shit.
So good.
Pete Montzingo, who's like a guy whose entire family is a family of who have dwarfism, and he's the only one who lucked out and got the two normal people genes and is like fucking tall as shit. And like he pranks his mom by going behind her and like playing stuff on the trombone, basically sound affecting her entire life and getting like other musicians to like do the same in their vicinity. And then there's also the handicap crew, who is a bunch of Norwegians, people who have like a bunch of disabilities, and they just make fun of themselves, which is really funny. Then also like everything from Ohio final boss Satuyo. He's like just a very nerdy guy who looks very much like an anime villain, and he impersonates that perfectly.
I know what you're talking about.
Vlad NCL, excuse me. He's a guy who he's like a very buff Russian guy who likes to cross-dress as an e-streamer girl and like just troll random guys on Omegle, I think it's called. Marcus the Worm. I love Marcus the Worm. Which is a
Marcus.
Marcus.
I should guess his stupid Marcus videos all the time. I love them.
Other friends have been doing that too. Like
so
I just
good.
get spammed with Marcus, and I'm like, yep, I love Marcus.
I don't even know where Marcus came from.
Oh, he just willed himself into existence.
So crazy.
Some of them are like that.
Yep. I love scammer payback. Like I love videos of scam baiters, scam baiting scammers. I just love the retribution of that, having been on the other end of the stick of scammers before.
Kid Boga and what's the other guy?
Oh yeah, that one too.
Atomic Shrimp.
Pierogi. Oh yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You're talking about just Scambaiter. Yeah, the channel. Sorry.
The channel is called Scammer Payback. But I love like I love the category of that. Like sometimes I will watch Kid Boga as well. Like when I come across them. I love the Corridor crew. They do like a lot of videography stuff, and they're very much like trying to either recreate very old videography stuff. Like they recently did a video of how to recreate the stuff from Lord of the Rings, the forced perspective thing.
I literally have their tab open like, on my thing.
Or like other stuff like they did the what's it called, stone paper crossblade video, which was entirely AI generated, or like they tried pushing like what creativity they can do using AI. And the last one on my list is Weird Explorer, who is a guy who just goes around the world and tries to taste as many unknown fruits as he can possibly find under under guidance. Like he went as far as going to Australia to try out the berries of the Gimpy plant, which is like a plant which is the most painful plant in the world. Like when you touch it, you're gonna have pain for months. Oh. And one person actually committed suicide because he wiped his ass with that plant because not knowing what he was looking at.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. I just like for world building, I love the experience, secondhand experience from someone who's just going around like quote unquote rediscovering plants that we as from the Western world don't really know or remember very much, and it makes me itch to try them, even though I am pretty much allergic to a lot of fruits. I will probably die eating half of them. So I have to get secondhand experience from someone else.
We need more star fruit. They need to figure out how to make more star fruit.
They have to make it so it actually tastes like anything other than nutty. Then again, it's been years since I tasted it, so I just remember it tasting very, very nutty. Yeah. Neil, what's your honorable mentions? Star fruits.
My honorable mentions. I will always remember and love the McElroy brothers.
Yeah.
And everything that they do. They come up from time to time. And I'll tune in. It's good.
They're often on the podcast that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The McElroys do get around.
Yeah.
I'll always miss the Achievement Hunter crew. I think they were one of the earliest like channels that I would constantly return to that got me into watching YouTube a crazy amount. Also the Yogscast. Love the Yogscast. Burnt Peanut is a streamer that just got huge and won streamer awards like crazy or something. But like I've been watching Peanut for a while because of Tarkov.
I literally know nothing about him. I just know the come get your boyfriend meme, and then VTubers got real angry at him after he won the thing.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to. He refused to call himself a VTuber. He would get mad at people that were nominating him for it and yell at them on stream. It was very funny. It was a goof for a while. Yeah, no, he's really funny. He's from Texas. He's a character. Now he streams other games. I enjoy watching Hippiotech videos and other various keyboard videos. From time to time, I go into waves of just like catching back up with what has happened with keyboards. Nerdy shit. And I'm a big fan of Pay Money Wubby, who also just did a cool 24-hour stream with William Osman, who is another very cool YouTube person that I've known for a long time, who does silly science videos.
I've seen a couple
for the audience that is watching the video, if you go back to the moment Neil revealed his top one, you can see Aether fall apart because Neil was not mentioning Wubby.
I have heard of Wubby.
I like Wubby. He's just difficult to talk about because he's always behind like 5 layers of meta and explaining what he is. He does like a bunch of different shit. So, yeah.
I know, I was just watching Aether fall completely melt into oblivion when it wasn't Wubby.
I was trying so hard not to laugh when we got to top one. It wasn't Wubby.
I don't view Wubby as obscure as some of the things that I chose. I chose like things that I think have a lot less like eyes on them and should have more eyes on them type of thing.
Yeah, I kind of did similar. I was just like,
I like your top one.
Yeah, like
the top one's cool.
We didn't really define a lot of what Aether was looking for, but I tried to really lean into obscure. Like, what do I have that I think is,
Yeah, I leaned into the niche part of that really hard. Because, like, we all like niche randomly weird things.
Not obscure.
Yeah.
You're right.
I did miss one. Talking of like weird niches, and I have to shout them because they are not only British, but they also come from Brighton, is Stora. They are a parkour team who are British and been doing this for like 15 years. They are hilarious, and I won't enough to say about that because it's a weird little thing.
If we're shouting out Stora, then we also have to shout out Pete Complete.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Pete Complete is a beautiful human being.
He puts way too much effort into his very flat stories, into his very flat videos. I love him. They're perfect to like watch before you go to sleep. He's so calm.
Very chill. He's doing a RimWorld run. He's doing a lot of runs, but RimWorld one I really like. All right. I guess that's it.
Yeah, Yay!
So I believe we are foregoing the goof, and that means that Kesser is next.
Ooh.
It is your choice next. Make it a good one. No pressure.
Favorite dinosaurs?
Oh, God.
Stegosaurus. 2 Stegosaurus.
Not now. No, save it for the episode.
3 Stegosaurus. Oh, fuck. I said all 3 of them. Ah.
I would be really obscure, and I would pick dinosaurs that are, like, fictional.
Dragon.
The ones that they found fossils of, and then they thought that they were dinosaurs, and then they bloated them up, and then they later figured out, oh no, it actually belonged to a much smaller dinosaur.
I would do clearly Barney the dinosaur for terrorizing every child ever. Anyway, we'll find out what the actual topic is next month around. And thank you all so much for listening. And if you're watching, thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next month. Bye.
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 Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for listening to this episode of 4 Top 3s. This is one that I've been sitting on for a while. I've been like a weird internet loser for a long time, so I listen to and watch a lot of stupid shit. So it was kind of fun to see what the other guys like get up to. None of it was really old stuff. I expected more old stuff from the guys. It was mostly more recent, but I guess the nature of the internet, a lot of the old stuff is just gone now. So that's a little depressing. But what is not depressing are these new cool Patreon tiers on our Patreon. Swing! If you join us on our Patreon, we just updated our merch tier, so you can actually get a bunch of cool new merch, which you can see. You can see the layout of it on our Discord. So if you're on the Discord and go to the announcements, you can see the art, and we'll be releasing it now. It's now being released, this new tier of merch. And if you want to get the old tier, that has been sunsetted, but you can still get it on our, I think it's Teespring or TeePublic. Either way, we've got a bunch of new cool stuff, and more new cool stuff that we have. If you've listened to Counterbalance in the past but aren't keeping up on it right now, you're missing out. There are 2 new episodes out when this episode is released. Should be. I've been assured that this is being released then. So there'll be 2 new episodes of Counterbalance to go check out, so I heavily recommend you do that. We put an intense amount of work into it. It's so good, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But either way, I'm happy that you guys... thank you guys for listening to me ramble here. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll hopefully see you next month. Bye!
You brought another Veron into my shrine?
Be nice, Othin.
You insolent little...
I'm sorry. Othin has strong opinions about mortals.
Does that mean you are the mortal?
Aren't we all a little mortal?
Some more than others.
My voice has been described as booming and thunderous.
Stop singing, Glenn!
Was my singing so bad?
I took you out before. I can do it again!
It's safe. The forest. Tell Draka of dangers.
Of magic, of of things best left alone.
Scandary sealed such a vile practice away for good reason.
So now what? Run a rune.
This is not my business, little mortal.
This is absurd. I will have to inform the magistrate about this.
But Akasa, I'm sure Raka knows what she's doing.
Well, magistrates don't need to know all the details, do they?
Try to stay awake. This is important.
Counterbalance, a high fantasy audio drama. Season 3, starting early 2026. Learn more on trilunas.com.